everyone. And me and Jay don't feel that well. We
Yeah.
just had old people's things like that. I've got a little bit of a tickly throat, and Jay's got the sniffles. So that, but Sandy,
Yep.
you're feeling fine. So
I
that's
feel
the
fine.
best.
I feel fine.
There we
It's
go.
actually in the 50s today. It's not freezing. I know we've been gone for 2 weeks, but it's been like 4 straight weeks of below freezing here in the mid-Atlantic. And Jay, I know it was worse for you, so I shouldn't complain, but I'm still looking at snow outside my back window. We still have one little mound that hasn't melted yet.
Yeah, we've had a whole Winter Olympics between the last streams, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty much actually.
Yeah, we
pretty
actually had
much.
the whole Winter
And a hell of a
Olympics.
win for the USA in hockey, I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
Yeah, it was a good game. That was a good game, I must say.
Yeah,
It was
awesome
obviously-
one.
I must say, we always talk sports. I thought that was weird, like the start time. Why wouldn't they do it like later on in the day? So then the West Coast of America could really see it, because I'm guessing it was really early for you guys, wasn't it? Like,
I don't.
it was
Yeah,
like a 1 o'clock start here. So
I don't know why they don't. I gotta imagine, to be honest, that given where it was more important to have it at a reasonable time for European. I mean, for Italy, I guess. I guess that takes precedent over it, because I don't know.
That has to be part of it. Yeah.
Right? I have to, because like it's in their country, so you got to try to abide by their, or go by their
yeah, but then
time
they
zone.
had some really late hockey games, so that's like
and that's why I'm struggling to really commit to that
I-
reasoning. So
yeah.
I don't know.
And then they had
bit
like
odd.
like the ones on the slopes. They were like some of the X ones. They were still like going at like our time, at like 11 o'clock. So it was like past midnight. So like it was just very,
I don't know.
very
And I felt like those here were on like first thing in the morning. Because like I would be getting ready for work and I'd be watching the curling and the downhill. Like,
everybody got
5
into curling,
a.m.
didn't they?
Curling, another tough look for Canada.
curling. Good Lord.
God.
Not a great showing, or not a great,
on, people.
not a great Olympics for Canada in those regards.
Oh yeah, that whole
The cheating with the finger and all that was crazy.
it was
Crazy.
quite
The
funny.
outburst was even crazier. But I mean,
Yeah.
no one likes to be called a cheater, but no one likes to play against a cheater either. So
nobody did anything about it. So it was just like, okay,
yeah,
go
it
away
was
with that.
just
It's
a whole big show.
It was a
not
big
a great look.
hoo-ha. Yeah, it was a funny, but I must say it's one of
It
those.
was fun.
I really enjoy the Winter Olympics. You see sports that you don't see for a while, and then you're like, "Cool, I like to get into that." How the hell would you have got into that like that? Now my kid wants to do bobsleighing.
Oh,
you
Bob,
almost have to get into it with the idea of like, I want to do it at an Olympic level, because like I don't really know what else you do with it.
Now I know some, like, most of it, because it used to be amateur. A lot of the like RAF guys used to do like the bobsleighing and all that kind of skeletons.
Oh, interesting.
Like that, because you can do it quite easily. But being like an individual and going, I want to do it, especially like in a country where there's not a good slope, it's got to be quite hard. And like
Telling
that,
you.
like yeah.
We know
We should have
what my
did cool
sports
runnings.
Film,
We should have did cool runnings.
When it comes up, that's it. It's gonna be
I
Cool
did see
Runnings.
that single Jamaican bobsleigh woman who.
Oh,
came
I didn't even know there was
15th.
one.
Yeah, she came 15th, and literally,
that's cool.
it was brilliant. It was like she won gold, because she broke the record of any woman in the Caribbeans getting
Really?
like,
Oh, good
like
for
that
her.
thing.
That's
And I
awesome.
was
Good
like-
for her. That's
and
so cool.
because and she had to sponsor herself, and it cost her $40,000 to get there to things. But because of how much it was going to cost if she got there early, she was only given 20 minutes time on the the thing, whereas
practice
everybody else
run.
had over 2 hours.
Wow.
So I was like, wow.
Oh,
So I was
bless
like, fair play to
Well,
fair
God
play
bless
to
her.
her.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I was like,
Good for her.
I was like, it was one of those moments. You're like, good on you. You
Good
like,
for
you
her.
Absolutely.
actually nowhere in league with anybody else. Everybody else has got a team around you, and I think she had her dad, and that was it,
Aw.
Oh, that is awesome.
that.
I love that.
And he was,
There's
yeah,
going to be
I
a
love
film
those.
there. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
gonna be a
that was
Cool
my first
Runnings
thought. That is awesome. Good for her.
There's
Good for
gonna
her.
be
Good
a-
for her
We
dad.
were
Good, that's
following
awesome.
the biathlon. My kids thought,
Oh, that is
and that's
great.
always interesting. And I don't know if you caught the gold medal for men's biathlon. The guy who was in the lead, number one, he shot perfect. He did
Mhm.
not miss one time. And he had this jolly smile on his face the entire time. and you're just rooting for him because he's having a blast. I think he was from Norway. Please forgive me, Denmark. If it was Denmark, it was either Norway or Denmark. The guy was just so happy and he was joyful doing everything he was doing. Yeah, how can
It was good. It was a lot
someone
of fun.
who's just
I'll
having
say.
a
That's
good
awesome.
time? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's the year of sport next, isn't it? So the World Cup, and we see Cape Verde and was it Kaneshk, whatever else it get beaten 12-0.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
I know,
For a lot
it's
of countries like that, like Cape Verde and all that, it's just
go
such an
there for the
honor, I imagine, to make it. You know what I mean?
party in the drinks. That's it. It is literally that's it. When it's going to be some of the teams they're going to come up against, like Germany, like.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of the countries that haven't been there before, or just don't typically have a great football program, to see them make it, it's really cool. Are there prospects of winning it very high? No, probably not. But to see those teams make it, it's got to mean the world to those countries. So it's a really cool thing.
And the USA did well in the cricket. They didn't get
humiliated.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. I didn't know
it either. Whoopsie.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, oh my! I literally was watching it, and I was like, oh my god, USA won a game. I was like, what is that? And it was So there we go. But you're out now. But yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, you didn't.
Well,
finish
again,
bottom. You didn't
kind of
finish bottom.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, U.S. isn't a small country or anything, but when you just perform well in something you're not expected to, or just make make the dance type of thing, like. It's cool, so it's a step of progress, But you can't ever win the thing if you're never making it. So making it's the first step, right?
I always think like these ones, it always, especially like a game like sports or whatever, that your country isn't that familiar with. It might get the next generation going, you know what, I want to give that a go. That's my jam.
That looks fun. Let me try it.
That's it. It's like how you got like, especially like because baseball, but how you don't get people, and I know there was a film about it, like who aren't very good at baseball, but they could go and play cricket, like that, and just like enjoy that, and vice versa. It'll be, and like that, and yeah, it's mad, especially like big countries. I hate to say it, like USA and probably even Russia, they should be dominating in every sport. Really, you just got so many people. They've got to be good somewhere. Well,
that's always my thing with the US is in terms of like soccer or football in the World Cup is that do we really have a chance to go very far? Probably not, because it's not our strongest sport. Obviously, I think the whole world knows that. But it is that idea of however far this group can make it this World Cup. Maybe it ignites a spark in the next generation of athletes coming out that they want to take soccer more seriously or football more seriously. And maybe one day the U.S. soccer or football program becomes something, better because of these, might be a one and done team, or might be might not make it out of the group stage, whatever happens. Maybe something there, maybe it's the first step in setting up a real program that one day can make some noise. So, I never like to scoff at the smaller countries, even in the World Cup. Like I don't, there's teams that make it every year, I think, that are smaller and don't make it out of the group stages. But I'm always happy for them, because to make it there, and you can kind of see the pride and the happiness in them when they're on the pitch and when they get out there, and even when they lose, the kind of when they give their salute to the fans and the clapping and all that, you can see the pride in it, and I think that matters a lot. So I'm always happy to see small teams. I don't want to say small again, because it's not always small countries. Sometimes it's, fairly large countries that just don't always have the best soccer program or football again. And we're the perfect example of that, so it's always cool to see them get in there, try to make some noise or do something that might lead to, the first step and hopefully a program that they can kind of build on.
Well, as an Englishman, I can't wait to see the Scots get thrashed by
Yeah. Fair enough. You're going to have some of that, so fair enough. I'm interested to see what you guys do this year, honestly. It's always allegedly coming home, and I haven't seen it go home yet, so let's see.
We're one of the favourites. I think we're second favourites behind Spain, and it's just like, I don't like that when I'd rather come out like we're fifth favourite and then you have a good tournament.
Yeah.
I think that's always...
it puts a lot of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. But there we go.
We got it out of the way early, guys.
We got it out of the way.
Talk is over.
But we're talking about a magnum A 44. The sales rocketed after this movie. Now we think this was Sandy's pick, don't we? We think this
It might have been. We don't have on the list who chose it.
I don't think I would have put this on. I don't think I would have. So
I would have if I was reminded of it. This was one I watched years ago, and I kind of just forgot about it a bit. And then when it came up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a really good movie." You know, I want to watch it again. So I might have put it on had I remembered it, but I don't believe it was me who put it on.
It was one of those ones. You know, we've talked about those films that are just always on, and I think in the kind of late '80s, it was always, because by that time there had been the sequels and it was always on television. Now, I only saw it on television and had no idea of the amount of nudity in this film, because obviously on television, those parts were definitely cut out of this film. So yeah, that was a surprise to watch it full and uncut.
It's the 70s. We can't have.
It is the 70s.
We have to have female nudity, and it doesn't. It's just for nudity.
It does. It has to be there to check. We talked about the obligatory to and you hate to say it, but this film is kind of a self-fulfilling. I don't know. It's not a prophecy, but it proves its own point in terms of what was driving the killer potentially, and the fact that they put the gratuitous nudity in the film to just attract men to go see this film, right? I mean, just, hey, well, there's going to be some nudity. If I hate the film, I'm still going to see. That's, me over.
It's like everybody moans about they have a checklist for modern day movies, but they did back then. But it was completely.
It was a very different checklist. It was certainly a different checklist.
It was mostly, what size does she have? Is it a double D? Yes, she's in the movie. There we go. And that's it. There's not much into it. But I've just done a poll. Great quiz question for today. And who was originally cast to play Harry Callahan?
I have no idea, but I'm just going to
wouldn't know.
Yes.
There we go. And we do it like, that would have been a very, very, very different movie. Sounds like that. But I think all of us must say, this was a TV movie at what you would have watched, and then
I think so.
Honestly, not for me. So this is a kind of a weird one for me. I had a neighbor of mine when I was a kid. We used to do. He was an older guy, so me and my brother. If you're going
to say his name was Dirty Harry,
no.
I had a neighbor, and he was called Dirty Harry, but for a different reason.
No. He was an older guy. He was actually a school teacher. He and his wife were both school teachers. They're a very, very sweet couple. And they were very elderly, so my brother and I would go over there to do some yard work for them, for a couple bucks as kids, and just to help them out, because again, they were very elderly. And he used to always recommend us old movies. So it was movies that were, this was the early 2000s, so we were like, oh, we're really gonna watch these. Some of these are black and white, some of these are in the 70s, and for whatever reason, so we'd always be like, oh yeah, sure, thank you. And he'd give us DVDs and all that to watch the movies, and this was one, and I used to really not honestly watch many of them. I would just, it was just kind of being polite. It was like an old grandpa that was just like, oh, kids, watch this one. This is a good, so it was just polite. It was like, oh, thank you, we'll watch it. And for whatever reason,
offense.
Being old. No, they were very old. I can't remember exactly, but they were quite old. But this one was, for whatever reason, I don't know what made me actually watch this one. But I ended up watching. I think he mentioned it was Clint Eastwood, and I think at the time I'd known the name, so I was like, "Oh, Clint Eastwood. Let me watch it." I watched it, and I don't know why, but of all the movies he recommended, actually, I will say the other movies he recommended at the time were the Lord of the Rings. He'd given us, because I never watched the Fellowship of the Ring in theaters, so it was probably around the time the third movie of Lord of the Ring, Return of the King, was coming out, that he gave us the DVDs of Fellowship and. God, why?
Two Towers.
Two Towers. Yes, the head cold is killing me right now. I can't think. So it was around the time the third movie was coming out. He gave us Fellowship and Two Towers on DVD. We watched those.
Oh, nice.
And maybe because I liked those so much was why I was like, oh, I'll watch this one too, Dirty Harry, that he gave us. Obviously, entirely different movie and genre, but So I this wasn't one that I saw on TV. It was actually one that a very friendly neighbor recommended.
Aw. That's awfully nice.
Yep, and I thought of him when I popped it on today, so that was actually really cool because he passed away, quite a while ago. So it was it's kind of a nice in memory of him watching it.
I must say, I can't remember when or where I would have watched it. It was one of those things just always on TV. But yeah, the Clint Eastwood. Now, Daryl, it was nearly there. We got Clint Eastwood. We just didn't get a Western.
We're getting closer.
I think Jay's brain went to Clint Eastwood and thought, "Oh yeah, oh no, it's not."
Yeah, immediately it was like Clint Eastwood. It's got to be a Western. I stand by the idea though that he's a cowboy cop in this. 100%. He's a cowboy cop. He does his own thing, goes about it his own way. So, he's got the revolver. Close, kind of close, as close as we've gotten at least.
Yeah, I must say this is a very 70s movie. We have to go on about the soundtrack as well. It's so 70s, like
It
that
is.
kind of.
Oh my gosh!
You could have put the soundtrack in any 70s movie, and it would have fit. It would have. It's just that generic, like Hollywood,
Cheesy.
literally, yeah. Like that. It's like I've got a little bit of like.
I kind of love it.
We need a bit of soul,
I really
a bit of
do.
scream. Oh, it's great. It fits. It fits.
The music for
in the era.
The music for Scorpio, was it Scorpio or Scorpion? Scorpio, right? Is what he called himself.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
The music for him, I think, is just so good. It's so 70s, but it's awesome. I do love that music.
Oh, just
So I had to look it up because it struck me as well. And I had looked up on Google, what do you call the style of 70s like film soundtrack background music? And it came up with funk, soul, disco, rock. That's what it came up with. And
I
it
could
was
see
like,
that.
and it gave examples of like, but also it went into how there's also a little bit of like elevator music in the background in a weird way, that do a little bit of bossa nova in the, it is its own, it really is its own creation. And well, I'll say it now just because I'm going to be saying it a million times. I'm not going to say like in the book.
In the book.
It's not a book. But what I might say a million times is this film was added to the National Film Registry. And
Really?
while I don't think it's an exceptionally super film, like on its merits, it was inducted for the style of the film as being indicative and representative of the 1970s. And later I'll go into all the details that it used. But when I read that, I was like, yeah, that's it. Because there are things I really don't like about this film, but there are things I really like about it. And I could never put my finger on it. It's the whole aesthetic. And it is that music. The music is a big part of it.
They do that quite well with the music and the overlay of the police, like not just sirens, like the police, like San Francisco background, like when they're on the radio. They have like that's blatantly from the editor going, "Oh, it's a bit quiet. We don't want too much of it," and then they bring in like that you remember now, oh, this is crime, this is a crime movie, like that. And they do it they settle it quite well that you are 70s, but then you remember it, oh, I'm still watching a police movie, I suppose you want to call it that, but it's quite good. But yeah, I think you guys, I mean Americans, have these plaques mostly in every kind of police headquarters, don't you? So this is like, I thought this is a good opening, like just to like straight away, yes, we're in San Francisco.
Yeah,
tells you the setting without the telling you where it is, but then it also gives you a little bit of like normally it's at the end, we thank you for San Francisco Police Department for letting us and all people die. This one, no, we're going to show you the plaque, and it's like I think the first one's like the late
1870 something. Yeah. So it's showing you like the history, by looking at that. Yeah, most cities have this. In Baltimore, it's across the street from police headquarters is the police memorial, and like the plaza that the police headquarters is in Baltimore is called War Memorial Plaza. It is our entire like World War I memorial in Baltimore is this whole big plaza, and on one side is City Hall, the other side is the police department. There's a huge, so most cities have something like this, a wall of remembrance.
Yeah. But but again, the start of this, when you just have that, and then you get to him, the rifle kind of sniper rifle, I'm guessing, because he's got a silencer on it as well. looking at this girl, and it's just the music that's got that has got that funk. It's literally some guy with a bass guitar just going like that.
The best way I can describe it, unfortunately, is it sounds like a 70s adult film soundtrack.
Yes.
It's exactly what it sounds
Not
like.
that I've ever seen one, but I think it's what it's supposed to sound like.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Just that was it. I'm like, oh wow, I forgot it sounded like this, but it's good. Outside of what it typically, is used in, it's just good sounding music.
Now,
your Spotify soundtrack lately has been very weird. Debbie Dallas soundtrack, please.
Is there a soundtrack in that one?
Were you paying any attention to music?
Yeah, paying attention to the thing.
The scene you showed just before this with the crosshairs, it's done very purposely, not just for obvious reasons why they're showing the crosshairs in several of the scenes, but because this film was not directly based on the Zodiac Killer. It was inspired by the Zodiac Killer. And in several of his letters to the police departments, he requested that the symbol that he drew, which was the crosshairs, be printed on little badges and buttons for people to wear. Literally, that was one of his demands, which the city didn't do. But that symbol became the symbol of the Zodiac Killer, was the actual crosshairs.
I didn't really go into that in that was it Jake Gyllenhaal movie?
Well, I was just going to say it is on our list because I put it on there. I'm a big David Fincher fan, and I believe David Fincher did that movie. If I'm not correct, if I'm not incorrect.
Yes, I'm sure you put it on.
Yeah, I believe it was a Fincher film, and it's really good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think it's well done.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was when Jake Gyllenhaal was doing a movie like 3 times a year, wasn't it? You're like, oh, it's another Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I want to say it was about 2007, 2008 era, around then. Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, actually a couple Avengers before there were Avengers. Well, it depends the year. Robert Downey Jr. may have been Iron Man, or maybe filmed Iron Man, or it was coming out.
Might have been on
I want to say it was 2007, so he might have been like filming Iron Man when this came out, and then a year later, in 2008, Iron Man would come out.
Yeah, before that, day release. That's what you got for Chaplin, didn't it? You got day release.
Oh,
I've never seen Chaplin with him actually.
He was still incarcerated for Chaplin.
He was still in things, and he was allowed out to film his things and then go back in, and then
I really didn't know that. No kidding.
One of the things, it's okay. Maybe it's not.
I've never seen it.
Abominable if you can't really because he's like say it. It's one of those ones historically. You're like, why is he not English?
There's that.
Accent, and you're like, he's just playing Charlie Chaplin. What the Americans thought he was, an American. And
I'll be honest. I don't know enough about Charlie Chaplin to.
Well, there is a movie on our list.
It's a revolutionary, really. We did it when we did our biography. I had it as one of my biography picks when we did the biography.
I do like it. It's because but you have to, I think Chaplin the movie. So we're going off tangent a little bit, chat. I think you have to be a bit of a movie geek and know his movies to understand what they were trying to portray. I think it's not for ones that you couldn't watch that and go, it's a good biography, but I don't know who Chaplin is. It's not one of those movies you have to know the background of Chaplin to give it a bit of a bit of clout to you. Oh, that's okay. And I mean, it's an okay. It's good. It's well done, but it's okay. That's it. But back
Fair
to
enough.
Dirty Harry. Yes, this poor lady swimming. Where anybody been in San Francisco? Does it look like this? Yeah.
I've actually not been to San Francisco. I've been more around South California. I've never gone that far north.
Okay.
San Francisco,
Did I say Carolina or California? Sorry, my head. I've got the head cold. Okay, I feel like I'm just not thinking or speaking properly. South California, I've been to more than north.
Yeah, I've been. And it does. Well, I think the last time I was there was like probably 2005 or 2006. It's been a long time. It doesn't look like this anymore. San Francisco is trash.
This has got
what I hear.
It's very
even
sad.
Like the architecture of this, like there's some good buildings. We have to go on the. It's so like pre-Second World War builds, that kind of everything square rectangle.
Well, because of the great earthquake and the fire that came after in 1906, everything was gone. There's very few pre 1906 architecture. So everything that came back, they were building very quickly, right? Build quickly, and then businesses located there. And there's a United States Mint there. That's why I was there. It was a great city, and like I had always wanted to take my family there, and now I don't. It is total chaos. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
It's
and I
mad
wanna
because
take my
it's one of
family
those
there.
ones as like because it's so portrayed in loads of movies, mostly because it probably Alcatraz, like so many around that, and like crime ones. It's like for a foreigner, it's like, ooh, I would like to go and visit that. Just a tick, like a bucket list one. You went to San Francisco because it's all like it is a very one of those ones, I suppose, like the American, like Hollywood dream kind of movie.
It's
Yeah.
definitely one of like the major well-known cities of
Yeah.
America. Your LA's, your Boston's, your Chicago's, New York, Philly, San Francisco, Miami. It's one of the major cities.
I'm gonna say West Coast and think because I've been to the West Coast. I always think the East Coast have got more character. Like LA, I hate LA because it's too big. It's just you have to drive everywhere in LA. You can't really fit everything's scattered. I think like that. I like. Sorry guys, I like the East Coast more.
That's the right answer.
As you
That's
should.
the right answer.
Good.
No, but I like it because it's like it's all congested.
It's more
into one area.
quaint, more quaint.
Yes,
I always
yeah.
say, especially like Boston, for example. I always say it's the most quaint big city that or one of the more quaint big cities that you're going to find.
And I'm going to translate to anybody who speaks English. That was Boston, not Boston.
Fair enough.
Well, I had someone in my chat this morning testing me out, giving me gang signs to find out if I was East Coast or West Coast, and I did sufficiently identify myself. By the way, I know where I fall. We're East Coast. I know the signs.
Is it still the murder capital of the world? Is it?
It depends on how you count them.
It depends which year.
Depends on the week. It depends on the week.
Yeah.
Depends on if Sandy's packing.
Baltimore and Chicago fight it out.
Yeah.
Actually, Chicago and East St. Louis, Illinois, they I think they win the last several years.
Unfortunately.
All right, we've now been on for 36 minutes, and we're on tile 2 of
we're on literally opening.
See, this is what happens. We have 2 weeks off.
That's what happens.
There's a good little thing. Now, I'm guessing that's a hotel. I'm guessing it is with a pool on top.
Could be.
Apartment, hotel, could be either.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, like I've never. Yeah, pools on top. Yeah, nowadays it would be a gravity pool, wasn't it? One of those. Like,
those.
But yeah, and I like this because you get like other like movies these days where you will get what's a good one? Another Clint Eastwood one. We're in the Line of Fire when he's testing the weapon. He's not going to fire. He's testing the weapon. But this one is literally, I'm just going to look at this girl swimmer like that and bang, done. That's it. And end of. It's the thing is, and then we get the kind of the opening, and this is where we get Clint Eastwood kind of just come in, and again they're now playing it. The identity of Harry Callahan is literally they've gone from funk down to this kind of police music. We're in crime territory. Like we need serious music when he's on the scene. It's quite funny. But he's the lead investigator, and he realizes it's from the other things. But you kind of get that, and he goes to find whilst through the credits the shell casing, and I love that because he goes up there. Not a great policeman. If you think about police these days with forensics, and I'm sure they had like fingerprints in the 90s, like you think 70s.
Oh yeah,
100%. And he's gone up there without any gloves, without any person. Look, definitely would have fired there. He's gone up, contaminated the scene, and then kind of just looked around, but not okay, and then looked for the casing, and then just go pick up the.
Well, at least he used the pen. He used the pen.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Put it in an envelope.
That's it. Oh, but it's good. And then we get our first letter, and this is where we get like kind of the Zodiac feels of left the letter, and it's he's going to. Now I'm going to have to be very polite here, chat, and I will be. I can't do the 1970 languages for certain ethnic groups in this movie because
basically for a little later he goes through the whole litany
yeah.
of ethnic slurs.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. It's quite and that's why I think about this movie is very good because we've had it where we're like, is the movie dated? And then we've gone, yes, it is. It just doesn't fit. It's a bit outdated. This one is dated, but it makes you go back to 1970s and you're in the 1970s world. And that's what's good about this. It's not that it's dated bad. It's, we're outdated, but we're talking about 1970s, San Francisco or America. You know, how, especially the police departments, like in this, they're white. Actually, it is
they're
like that. And
white, middle-aged men, 100%. And every woman in this film is a victim. Is a victim or an object.
Right, one of the twos.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
This is your stereotypical, everything not to do today in a film. But you're right. It's of the time.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, does obviously we look back on this thing like, whoa, man, life was definitely different back then and probably for the worse. Not probably for the worse, because obviously everybody should be treated fairly and equally and with respect. But again, this is a movie from the 70s. This isn't a movie from 2026 trying to be a movie from the 70s. This is capturing a piece of the 70s as it were then. So you have to just try to understand that while you're watching it.
And that's what very good point. If they did a modern movie and then did 70s, they wouldn't capture the feel of the 1970s.
No,
and that's
not
the problem
at all.
because they're not understanding. Sorry, that's just the way it was. That's history. We can disagree or agree with it as much as you like, whichever way you want to go. That's it. That's the past is the past. Don't change it.
Right. You can't change it. You just have to understand what it was, and but through that understanding of what it was is how you make the right changes going forward. So that's why you don't rewrite history. You let it be as it was, and you learn from it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. There we go. But the letter, very briefly, it goes on that he wants. And I'm sorry,
I know exactly what you're going to say.
I did an Austin Powers. I did it.
The money is like, wait, what? 100,000?
100,000?
Wait.
Damn, dude.
Should I have
reach
asked
for the stars. That's
Should I have asked for more? Should I have asked for more?
Well, I looked it up afterwards. I had a feeling Sandy was going to do this for us, but in the moment of watching it, I had to know. I'm like, what is this amount? So I actually did it for the 200,000. I just asked AI. I didn't do proper calculations like Sandy does, but I asked AI what the inflation would have been, and because I think at the end, at some point towards the end, it becomes 200,000 that he's asking for versus the 100,000. Would have been 1.6 million, the equivalent of 1.6 million today. Which okay, all right, fair enough. But when you hear 100,000 for what this guy's doing in 2026, you're like, dude, that's not 100,000 is not going to get you anywhere. It's barely going to get you out of the country.
Now you'd be like 100,000. You'd be like, well, you're putting like half a deposit down on the house. Well done there. What?
But for as little as that sounds, I guess conversely to that, it was so hard for the police department to figure out how to get it.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Like, we're working to get the money. You're working to get 100,000 just
for a city of this size. Are you kidding?
It was it was hard to wrap my brain around that one.
But if he doesn't get 100,000, he will an African American, what isn't politely said, and a priest. That's the next. That's it. So whilst they're going through the letter, I do like the mayor. He's one of those mayors that were always in American TV shows, and he always played the cop.
He looks very bureaucratic, like he's played government roles or something before.
Yeah, he'd be the sheriff. He'd be the dodgy sheriff, and
I don't know the guy, but he looked. Just seeing him looked super familiar.
Except he's most known for a comedy role, which I couldn't get past.
Why is that?
Animal House. Dean Wormer.
Oh yes,
he's the dean in Animal House.
But he's the dean.
Again, it's admitted right.
You're
some
right.
Position of power.
Right.
But he doesn't play a comedy role. He's in a comedy movie, isn't he?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. But he's kind of, he's the fool, the foil for the for the
do like
John
that.
Belushi team. But yes, I kept looking at him. I was like, oh, as soon as I saw his eye, because he's got those eyes, you know, it's like, oh, it's Dean Wormer, and he was in every American sitcom. Everyone.
Oh, that must be
Sandy,
why he looks familiar then. I grew up on sitcoms from all eras, so that's got to be why he looks familiar for me.
Now, Sandy, I do, like you said earlier, it's the feel, but it's also the feel of all the things. Look at that phone.
Look at the phone.
And I can look at the phone. Who has a plated, literally phone? That is great. And like you look at little
always
bits,
in the big CEO offices and the mayor's office and and look at this.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the hair and the sideburns though too.
Yeah,
those
are some 70s sideburns.
I'm sorry, Jay,
sideburns. No, I'm sorry. I was interrupting. What I was going to say was I don't know if you guys watched the same. I watched it on Prime, and they had what was the remastered version. I thought it looked fantastic.
It looked amazing.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I thought it looked fantastic.
The color.
That's why I did the trailer. It's popped. It like that 4K.
Yeah, well, yeah, it must have been that same version, Stasis, because I'm telling you, when I first put it on, I was like, wow, there's no graininess to this. This looks phenomenal. It looked awesome. I visually, whatever they did to remaster it, kudos. It looked great. Looked absolutely great.
Was he?
Oh, Outlaw Josie Wales.
Was he it? He's the Confederate that turns to the Union to hunt him down, isn't he? Oh, go on then, Daryl. There you go. Got two Western characters, still not a Western.
Yeah, we're inching closer.
We're getting there.
He was also in The Blue and the Gray, that Civil War miniseries. He was Secretary Seward, the Secretary of State, who then eventually, after the Civil War, purchased Alaska, whom people called Seward's Folly and thought this is the dumbest thing we've ever done is buy Alaska, doubling the size of the United States. We're so happy to have Alaska. We love Alaska. I love Alaska. Good job, Seward.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so on this, who did he call?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, wrong movie.
I'm unbelievable with that.
By the way, look also on his desk, on that.
That's Sandy's
box.
desk.
That's fountain pen ink. Those are ink bottles on his desk, like for signing important things.
Do you have one? Do you have that? Sandy?
I do, right in front of me. I can't even count how many ink bottles I have.
Oh, I still remember the great ink spill of last year or whatever it was.
Oh my god, it was
red ink, right? Wasn't it?
Yes, and
yep, I remember.
It splashed, and it splashed in microparticles. To this day, Jay, I still find on my wall little places where I see it. And you have to do it with you have to take masking tape to kind of lift it, and then you can clean it. But yeah, that was a heck of a day. But yeah, he's got ink bottles on his little thing there. I'm surprised at one thing in this film, or maybe I wasn't paying attention to it. Like, there was not a lot of smoke. Like, this would have been a chain smoking office in other 70s films.
Oh, good point. There's not much smoking in this at all.
And I wonder, I just thought that was interesting because in other films of this era, they would have all been smoking in this office. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're not. So that's
a good point.
Yeah, interesting there.
Huh. Yeah.
There's almost no smoking in this film.
Maybe none of the actors smoked and they were like,
it could be.
All we'll see next in the upcoming scenes is for the bank robbery, the guy in the car is, throwing a few of his butts out the window, but that's it. You don't see cigarettes after that. Interesting. Mm-hmm.
But now we get our first real talk of Clint Eastwood as Dirty Harry Callahan. Wears a little jumper like under his it's great.
A sweater vest.
It's sweater vest. It's like great. But I like this. Is what have you been doing? Been sitting on my arse for the last 30 minutes. He's like that. And it's
waiting
great. He's
for
like,
you, Mayor.
But I like that straight away. You got that of like, I don't like authority. Like you're making me waste my time. Let me.
Well, there's just job. And it's not just like a rebellious like, oh yeah, this guy's just got to stick it to the man. It's like, no, there's something bigger going on that I have to deal with, and I just wasted 45 minutes sitting in your lobby for God knows what reason, so you guys can talk about. It's I kind of like that because it kind of lets you know the character. Like, this guy does really care about busting criminals and getting to the bottom of these cases more than he does the bureaucratic side of all this stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like, well, get on with it. And they're like, but this is what we said. Like, can we get the money? We're gonna struggle. We're gonna struggle to get the money.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
$100,000, like, dude, you're the mayor. You should have that in your bank to loan out.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But yeah, but it's just a bit of an angry thing. Look, what are we doing here? Just let me go. And we shouldn't. Again, he's like, we shouldn't play with the minds of this mentalist like that. We've got to be a bit more stern. But as he goes out, I like how he goes about and because he's been cited for an killing somebody in whatever street it was, and he's like, "Why did you shoot him?" And he's like, "That what?" And he goes, "Well, he was about to commit rape." And he's like, "How did you know that?" Well, when I see a man, was it with an axe or something?
A man running naked after a woman who's screaming while he's holding a butcher's knife. I don't think he's collecting donations for the Red Cross. Guy's like, hey, it's got a point.
Yeah, like that. Yep. That's it. So we know, straight away we've got like a bit of a hard thing. But now we got this. Yeah, this is a guy outside the bank, just smoking cigarettes and like that, and we get then, So we get that, but we get now Harry goes to his lunch for his lunch.
This has to be an informant or someone, right?
Yeah.
This is a guy who knows what's going on.
Jumbo hot dogs. So and he's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just where he goes because it's one of the other movies. He has his routine of coffee, doesn't he? In one of them, so it's probably just that. But yeah, he's like, can you tell me if that car's, is still there? Got the engine. So he's clocked the car already. He's clocked the person in it. And he's like, yeah. Can you call 911? Whatever, the police department, isn't it? And he's like, to do
211, I believe.
211. There we go. 211.
In progress. A 211. Make sure you say in progress.
Yeah. But I like it because he's doing it, I just want to eat my lunch. Like that. And he's like,
well, the whole time he's still chewing. The entire scene, he's still chewing the hot dog.
And he's getting out there. He's like, and they all get out, and then it's a quick, shootout, and it's a good little scene. It's like that, but the scene isn't for the scene; it's for what happens now. And everybody, when I was saying, it's the slow walk. Everybody's terrified. He's still chewing his hot dog. He doesn't come up, and then he goes up to this guy. And does anybody want to say the line? Go on.
I won't do the whole thing, but it is the classic.
I want you to do it in the Clint.
I wish I could, but that's actually going to lead to a question I have for you guys right after this. But it is the famous line of, I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 5 shots or 6? Well, you got to ask yourself, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, no. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
It's do I feel lucky? That's what the thing is. It's
is that what it is? Okay.
Do I feel
something
lucky?
along those lines?
Well, do I, punk? And it's like that. And the guy's like, nope. And then it's great afterwards. It's literally when he walks away, I've got to know. And then, you just, click. You were lucky. And I'm guessing if he did shoot,
This is the first of a few.
Keep talking. I'm just going to do my spray thing.
Yeah. This is the first of a few moments of improbability, let's just call it, that just seem kind of
very Hollywood
and very plot devicey. So in real life, if someone was lying on the ground and they were within hand's reach of the gun, the first thing the officer would do is kick the gun away. From the reach of the criminal, right? So that was, there are a couple of places in this film where I'm just like, you create a situation not for the payoff, but to deliver a line or to deliver the gratuitous nudity or whatever it is. And that's where, when I talk about, this is a culturally significant film, but it's not a good film. It's those things. It's those that doesn't really make sense. Or
I mean, it's definitely. I mean, they were going for what they got, I think, which was an iconic moment, and that line became fairly iconic. And it's interesting to me as somebody who kind of grew up later on and had heard that line many times, in different shows, or kind of parodies of it, or shows or movies, whatever it may be. I feel like I remember it from cartoons a lot. Like they used to do
I
that
think
maybe
so.
in like
I
Looney
think
Tunes
the
or something, or
Animaniacs
Animaniacs
definitely
maybe.
did
Yep,
it.
that would make sense as well. So I was aware of the line before I really ever saw the film. So I mean, they got what they wanted out of it, which is an iconic line. But when you watch it, you are kind of like, okay, that's just like the kind of cheesy action, style line.
I
You gotta get
like
something
it though.
in there.
It's iconic.
I don't mind it. I do
Everybody's
like
used
it myself,
Yeah.
but I can understand Sandy, being like that
always
takes
thought
me
he
out of
did
it a bit. That's
I
not
al-
realistic.
I
little
always thought he does it. He doesn't kick away the when he could kick away the weapon. Is because maybe the paperwork was easier just to shoot him.
In
Well,
the
as we
70s,
find
who
out
knows?
later, no, it's not. But
Oh, is that the
yeah,
case?
find
So
out later.
I have a question for you guys because
Ooh,
that
dum, dum.
little bit of dialogue, it jumped out to me immediately. What character in a movie we recently watched does Dirty Harry remind you of? And I only stumbled across it this time because I've never watched these two movies this close together in terms of timeline. And then when I thought of it, I'm like, that's got to be the influence. And then I looked it up, and by looked it up, I mean I just asked AI because that's my new thing, and it confirmed it. It confirmed it, and then I started putting some pieces together. I was like, oh yes, that actually makes total sense. So, which character in a movie we've recently watched does Dirty Harry remind you of?
This year?
Yeah, this year in Film Club.
It's got to be a Beverly Hills Cop, isn't it?
Is that your answer, Sandy?
Be
Do you have one?
It's got to be Foley.
Sandy, you got anything?
I don't know. If it is, it's I guess it's a silly upside down version.
Oh no, it's got to be Gabriel Burns. Uses suspect.
Nope, not that one either, and not Beverly Hills Cop. It is from Stasis's favorite movie of all time, Hank from Me, Myself, and Irene. Is modeled after Dirty Harry.
Oh, jeez.
I went off my memory.
So when you listen to,
I was like, could
Hank's,
it be that?
When you listen to the way Hank speaks and his mannerisms, it's all based off Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry.
He goes
it's that gravelly,
yeah,
and it's those lines, those like he's trying to give those cool lines, like "Do you feel lucky, punk?" And he acts like a rogue cowboy cop a lot of the time when he's going about his ways of trying to save Irene.
Say it in the movie.
I don't know if he has a direct quote of it, but it's an imitation. Like that's where the Hank persona comes from, is copying a bit of Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry with the cowboy cop tactics, the mannerisms, the squinted stare, all that kind of stuff, that grovelly kind of voice, the lines.
I can see it.
Well, then I looked it up, and AI did confirm that was a heavy influence for Jim Carrey when creating the Hank character. But also, I forgot about this entirely. Jim Carrey does a phenomenal impression of Clint Eastwood, from the facial stuff to the voice, and he actually has done it in his stand-up back in his like earlier days when he was doing late night shows. You know how they always bring on a comedian sometimes to do a little bit of a few minutes worth of comedy. He used to do those impressions a lot. The De Niro impression, this Clint Eastwood one, and he did it again in Bruce Almighty. And I was like, it all makes sense. So this is obviously something that's been a big influence for him. Yeah. One in his career, because it was part of his early imitations that he was able to do. Mm-hmm. But I'm imagining he, learned how to do these imitations because he's probably a big fan
you just gotta go
of this character and Clint Eastwood. Yeah, but him with his facial manipulation, he literally can make himself look like Clint Eastwood, which is just the craziest thing. But yeah, Hank from Me, Myself, and Irene is heavily influenced by Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry.
Oh, that's so cool.
I noticed it immediately when I heard that line. I was like, that sounds just like Hank. And then it clicked. I've never watched the movies this close together, so it never stuck out to me until now. Yeah. There you go.
But Harry has got shot. He kind of got shot like that. Goes to the hospital. Yeah, God, just patch me up, and I like it. He's like, what you gets the scissors out. What are you doing? Gonna cut off your trousers? Whoa, these are
29 something.
$29.99. Oh my God.
No, I've got to keep them. It's like that. Okay, so you're gonna take. But yeah, it's I like their little interaction there. It's just like can you get just iodine or something? Doesn't he like that? I don't tell you how to interrogate people, so don't tell me how to do my job. He's like, oh, go on then. I mean, that's why I say later he comes across as like, I hate everybody, but he respects. I think he respects people who are kind of good at what they do. I just think he finds it stupid people inferior, and he just can't stand anybody, and then that's it. But
yeah, I think he kind of connects with people who are just seem a little bit more real, like they're not doing bureaucrat speak or things like I feel like this doctor talks to him like a real person, and that he kind of respects him because of that. And obviously he's good at his job, and he probably respects his line of work. But like even with the hot dog guy, he talks to him very very respectfully, very like as if he's a peer, versus the way he kind of shows a bit of disrespect to the mayor and not so much his superior in the police station. He seems to be pretty cool with him, but and then there's fools. He definitely doesn't suffer fools or people he considers to be fools.
Yeah, but we get that. Now we get like the helicopter looking at rooftops in San Francisco. They would have to have like 20, I'm guessing, to cover every rooftop just to have a look. This would the pot luck of actually finding the person that you're after in San Francisco. Now I'm guessing they're different areas, but yeah, a rooftop.
It's a huge city. It's an absolutely huge city with many, many, many skyscrapers. So no, they I mean, they're just probably looking for something out of the ordinary. Any
probably
movement,
just. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say any movement on a roof would probably, you don't normally have people wandering around on rooftops. So any movement might have been something to look into.
This is
right. That's what I figured. It's just like taking some effort as opposed to like not doing anything to check the rooftops.
No, yeah, but their call in is a bit crap. Stand still! I'm in a helicopter.
Yeah,
damn it.
and to this, I know they address it with some dialogue right afterwards, but a helicopter is not losing. Like the helicopter almost just doesn't stop going in a different direction, and it's like no, you would hover over that building, you would wait to see him leave the building. Like it doesn't make sense that a helicopter would lose this person.
Daryl is always great for facts. There we go. Jim Carrey was in Deadpool, a Dirty Harry movie.
Really? He was in the Deadpool. I've never watched it, but I did see it when I was searching for this. I did see the Deadpool, which it's one of the Dirty Harry movies. I did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so you mentioned that they wouldn't have let him escape. It's another one of those implausible parts of this film. So number 2 is when they do see him, why aren't the police surrounding the building? And especially when they're doing kind of the setup where the priest is, has offered to kind of be the bait. And they're like, oh, he took the bait. He came back to the building. But they weren't near the building. Like there were no
have
cars
undercover,
around
literally
the building.
Plain clothes,
Yes.
literally every block for like 5 miles.
It made no sense.
Literally
The police work has major holes in it in order to move the plot the way they needed to move.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yeah. Also, but yeah, we get that. I like this guy. When they come around him, he's literally doing nothing, and then the helicopter comes, and he must have got told, "We're going to film you in the helicopter," and then he forgot, and then binoculars. And he's like, "Oh, but yeah." But then we get back to what this the lieutenant, I think of the police department, isn't he? But he's a bit of a bit of an idiot like that. But he's forces Callahan into having a partner, because one of his partners been killed and the other one's in hospital, so you need somebody else. And he's like, what happens to my partners? He'll get shot. So it's like, okay, but
great,
yeah. But this is and they're like, no, if you're off the case unless you take the partner. So he gets this one. But this is where we have why you call Dirty Harry kind of moment, and then that whatever, I don't know who it was, that chubby
Fatso.
Man, let's call
they call him Fatso.
He's he explains that he hates everybody, and then we get a throw of every single racist word you can have for every single group that you can ever think of. And then it's that's why he called Dirty Harry, and he's like, but it's not, and it's like I don't even know in the other movies you really get why he's called Dirty Harry, and it's like, well, I get all the rubbish jobs,
it's all the bad work,
all the hard ones, but we get that, but we get now I forgot his name. Oh, what is his name?
Chico.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh, it's actually
Is it
slipping my mind. Is it? I don't even
Was
know.
I think it's just Chico, right?
Chico? Is it?
Let's see. Chico.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There we go. We've got some nice architecture now.
Quite nice. A little bit of a southwestern, a tiny bit of a mission influence there, like from the Spanish influence, even though this is in San Francisco is in Northern California versus the San Diego area where you'd have much more of a southwestern influence, but a little bit there. Definitely not a neoclassical northeast type church, but still a good one. Obviously built after the Great Fire and the earthquake, as most things in San Francisco are.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got just little things, but now we get our killer, who's getting the messages. Be patient for the money, but he's out for the hunt already. So he's got the two choices, and yeah, he picks his man, a flamboyant San Franciscoan. I don't know what he would call it the best way.
Well, he did say he was going to target a priest and a black person.
Yeah.
So this was him, obviously doing that.
But this one's a bit more flamboyant.
Yeah, and I'm coming from the psychotic mind of this person, I'm sure that played, a role in why he chose him.
But I like this because we go through and he keeps them losing him through the trees. But then, he finally gets him, and this is where, the gets ready to shoot, and then the helicopter, gets down. And I don't know how many churches are there in a city area, and you can't put one cop outside just to check. Put one outside. Because that's a church as well, and
just
and
even to deter,
the setup for,
yeah, it's just in case, and you would make sure at this point. Look, we've got a killer on the loose. Can you make sure every cop is on call? Anybody's off for that, they're getting called back in, and everybody's doing double shifts.
Yep.
Like that, you would have units just constantly circling. But so we get that, and then we get back to the night, and then they go. Just the things. Now I don't know where it is. They keep on showing I'm kind of looking at the strip,
the red light district.
I just for the sake of it, by the way, I would be very weary about the next few clicks of going through this frame because you know what's coming up. So I would just maybe stop. Yeah, like when you get to the window scene, I'd probably stop sharing, click past, and then share again.
I completely forgot about
that. That's probably your best bet because
what was her name?
That's later, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's coming.
Dirty
up.
Mary. Dirty Mary.
Hot Mary.
Hot Mary. Good Lord.
Because it's coming up right in this scene. He's about to run down the alley.
Yeah.
So once you see him at the alley, I'd probably stop sharing and then click past and then share again.
But it's nice to know that in the neighborhood that all the old men stick up for Hot Mary because they were there to defend her honor from a peeping, would-be peeping Tom. So good job.
Well, and that's why Harry wants to let him go too, because he knows no, these are good guys. They were doing a good thing. They just misunderstood the situation.
That's it. Yeah, it looks dodgy. He's like, no, it did look dodgy.
Yeah, it definitely looked bad. I mean, they were in the right to beat the crap out of him for that.
But so he's. What's his name again? Sorry.
Chico.
That's it. He spots a man with they're on about they've seen a beige briefcase. That's their look. So he kind of spots him when they're turning to get down, where the guy then goes down the alleyway. Yeah, and it's kind of the peeping Tom bit. So
be careful here.
Yeah, this is it.
So chat, I'm just gonna do this just in case.
Yeah, I would.
And you'll have to tell us
because it's a few times too. So when you see him the first time, don't think you're safe. It comes up again and
when he looks in the case and then it's just full of clothes and then
it was a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
It was closed, and then the chocolate.
A little box of chocolates for Hot Mary.
How I did it skipped every scene. There we go.
Oh, good.
Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, I could see it skipping in the bottom.
There are other windows.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's more later on too, so we'll have to try to remember where those spots were.
Yeah, I know that's right at the end. Yeah, so that's fine. one.
No,
of
there's
them, yeah.
some.
There's one that gets a bit weird, but we're going to.
There's
But
one
yeah,
at the club too when he's kind of following Scorpio
that's
around. They go to
Uh-huh.
those clubs, and then obviously with the girl at the end too.
Mm.
So there's a couple
Yeah.
more still coming.
Yeah. So yeah, he lets them go after having a little beating, and yeah, they carry on their merry way. But as they go, they get another call that is of they've actually identified somebody on the rooftop, and yeah, they've called him in. But when they get there, it's a jumper, not as a Scorpio. So it's like that. So we got this guy
Number
gonna
3
self-delete.
most implausible. That, well, Harry's here. Send him up. Like, why? It just doesn't.
Well,
make
they
sense.
do say, is anybody? He does say, is anybody else here? And they're like, no. And he goes, oh, I'll go up then. He's like,
Sure,
okay.
Harry's
Yes,
here.
yeah. That's it. But yeah, I do like it. Well, I'll get up there, and I do like their back and forth. Even it's a bit like when he gets there, he's like, it's. I had some mate who did it, and it's like, you look like pizza. And can we have your address? Like, and that's it.
So we know
I just
where
need your name because
help
it's a
identify.
mess. It's
It's
a
gonna be-
mess afterwards. It's a mess.
Yeah,
And he's like, are you gonna try and grab me? Nope. No,
Not, I love how he's like, not me, brother. It
no.
cracks me up every time.
Yeah.
No, not me, brother.
That's it. Oh, but yeah, it's well, and he goes, oh, I'm gonna vomit like that, and it's. I guess it's supposed to like break that there is still police going work on that, but it's a good one. But I do like it. He throws himself because he's angry at Harry, and then I like smack like that, like you're gonna pull me over, somewhere like that, and then the crowd going, you should have smacked him. He was.
You shouldn't have hit him. Why did you have to hit him? Oh, please.
And then like that, but yeah, it's a bit Again. It's,
Oh, and we didn't mention the
job.
cars. In addition to the music and the $29.99 or $29.99 trousers and the hair, we got these awesome 70s cars, these long sedans. I love them. I love that look.
The inside of them feels like a couch when you're sitting in them.
Yes.
Those were unbelievable. I was lucky enough to, in the 90s, still get the chance to ride in some of these that was still kicking around back then. My God, were they the most comfortable cars you've ever sat in?
They were great. My granddad had a what do you call it? Something Chrysler Monte Carlo. What was the Monte Carlo one? Or no, I'm sorry, a Granada. I think it was a Chrysler whatever it was. And yet it had the great big back bench seat that you just could sink. You're right. You could just sink
leather,
into
the whole
as a little
thing.
kid.
Yeah.
And that car rode so smoothly. Like
they were boats, but they were great.
You hit every bump today and you're like, no matter how nice a car you're in, you feel every bump. That car, you never felt a bump in those cars. The roads were better too, though, but
yeah, they were awesome.
Oh, love those.
The ashtrays and as a kid used to
The
play with
little
the
triangle
little
window there.
ashtray in the back. Yeah.
That little triangle window for air.
Yeah, I do miss those. They don't make them like that anymore. That's for sure.
No.
That's it. But yeah, so morning's arrived, and then they get the call out. The victim's been found, and yeah, it's a 10-year-old, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, and I like it's good. There you go, like that. Oh, he doesn't care. He's just like that. That was my mark. That was it. So yeah, he's good. And there we go. I'm sure the mother would be more distraught than she should be. I would have thought she's a bit bitter than more distraught like that. Yeah.
Well, except if in fact this might have been the other side of the tracks or the projects, as we would call it. Unfortunately, maybe not. Maybe because that's, if this is a violent area of San Francisco, like I can imagine some parts of Baltimore, while of course families would be distraught, it's not a shock to have someone in your neighborhood, just violently killed for no reason. But I'm sure she was in a lot of shock.
But yeah, so Harry, like, yeah, I need to have a look. It's like, because what someone, he blew his head off like that, so like
Yeah.
there's no face remaining, and yeah, I'm going to take a thing. He goes off to be sick, doesn't he? So, and then they get the call that from the rooftop that they found a shell casing, so they definitely know it's from the same weapon. What I'm guessing again, maybe the Zodiac when they did get like left a call. That's kind of a calling card. I'm gonna leave the case in because that'd be easy. One shot. That'd be easy to
Well,
pick up.
so the Zodiac killer, it wasn't from a distance, and
No.
that's where this is only roughly inspired by because of the notes and the kind of prodding of the police. The Zodiac killer killed young couples who were on lovers' lanes, and it was up close. In one case, he stabbed them. In another case, they were shot. It was very up close. It wasn't from a distance. Um, at least the murders that are attributed to him and the attempted murders, because some survived. So those who survived were able to provide descriptions. Unfortunately, they still, the case is still open. It's never been closed. But in his letters, the Zodiac killer claims to have killed many more than the murders that were attributed to him. So the police tend to think that he took credit for some unsolved murders that he had nothing to do with. But yeah, his murders were up close and personal.
But yeah, so we get again. I like how they just about his Magnum. So they keep on mentioning that your Magnum. What if it was a product placement? I'm guessing afterwards. I bet the sales rocketed because after they talk about that, and then they go like how we're going to kind of trap him in an area, and their idea, and it like at least the other guy got it right. He was like, it's a bit of a stupid idea. It's like you've got the city, we're going to surround all these ones, but where he originally was, we're going to try it.
We're going to leave.
And their whole idea is like, because they're creatures of nature, really. It's like, they're predictable. But it's a bit obvious. So yeah, they're going to try everywhere else.
Wood paneling, by the way, does anyone know any place that still has wood paneling? My house, where I grew up in Baltimore, our front room was wood paneled. Jay, have you ever seen this awful wood paneling before?
Oh, Jay's just off at the moment.
Okay.
I must say, I'm trying to think. Like probably like old schools, like maybe like
maybe
like that. Yeah, I remember
I don't even know why.
my uncle was did some carpentry work in an old convent, and they used to have it all over the place, like
all over the place. Yep,
convent,
schools, convents,
Catholic like schools all had it. Otherwise than that, nobody has it these days, do they?
It's awful. And I remember our house having it,
and it's always that color. Always that color.
Our house had it, but none of the other houses did. Like my grandparents were across the street, and theirs were wallpapered. And then I don't know, probably by the time I was 10, my dad painted over it just to brighten up that. And it made the house look 100 times bigger because you're in a little row house, literally a little, 2 rooms downstairs and a kitchen, and that's it. And you have that wood paneling, and it makes it look even smaller. And he painted it, and it looked so much bigger. The whole house it was wild, but.
I do miss those old wood panelings.
Oh Lord, he likes it.
It's just nostalgic for me. So actually, some of my shorts that I've been doing recently have been old video games.
Yes.
And I've been creating these kind of backgrounds to kind of fit the video games into. So it's like an old TV setup and all that. So I've been creating these visual backgrounds to look like some of the old gaming set. One's an arcade. One right now is like the type of place like if you're at your grandparents' house and they had an old Nintendo downstairs in the basement. That's what it would look like. And to me, wood paneling is a staple for that kind of thing.
Nice.
It's just something that came from the 70s, lasted through the 90s, and it just brings me back to those days. So I find it to be, I don't like it in the sense of I would do it in my own house, but like when I walk into like my wife's grandparents, they still have the wood paneling in their basement and the rug and all that. I'm like, oh my God, this is just like stepping back into the 90s, 80s, or 70s, depending which, generation you're from. So I do like it. In the sense of the nostalgia. I would never put it in my house, but I do love the nostalgia of it.
Yeah. So we get now their little stakeout on the roof is they're just waiting. Yeah, we'll get to a point in a minute. Might have to just stop.
Yep, you're gonna have to.
You have to stop. Well, yeah. So we're looking, and so this priest, Harry was going to take his place, but the priest was like, "No, I'll be, the bait." So they're hoping that he will come out, and whilst they're looking, Harry, does he do it on purpose? He kind of gets a little bit bored, doesn't he? So he starts
he's keeping
looking
Tom.
people, looking, and the people. Yeah, people.
He does say something like, "You deserve a good time" or something like that.
Just skipped in time.
Yeah. He's definitely doing it on purpose because he makes some comment like, "Come on, Harry, you deserve a good time," or something. I can't remember exactly what he says, but he says something referencing like, "Yeah, I deserve to take a peek," and it's like, "No, you don't," because that's weird. But whatever. Hey, Pete, how you doing, man?
But even to that, because he doesn't get, like, I'm guessing, again, the modern thing. 'Cause he does say something, doesn't he? He's like something strange under his eyes, like, oh god, it's like that. So she's dressed, and then she gets undressed to meet people at the door.
Other ladies at the door.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's that kind of night. Let's say that it's but yeah, again, it's just. I'm guessing they were trying to show. I don't know. Like, this is what San Francisco is now.
Well,
Like
it was the center of the swinging 60s was San Francisco. The whole free love and everything, that was San Francisco. So and it still carries through today. So it's part of that San Francisco culture.
Yeah. So yeah, but we get that whilst when we get like very dark scene as like that, we kind of he sees the door open, and he's like, wait till the guy comes, and then you don't really see his face, and then he's like, once he gets into position, shine the torch on him. Why wouldn't they have a sniper up there? Harry,
because they thought Harry could do it all, right? But maybe, I don't know.
You would have a sniper. You would have a sniper. But yeah, then we got Scorpio. He has like a kind of automatic rifle up there, doesn't he? So, as well. So I don't know where that came from. Where he shoots back.
That's kind of the thing, because it's like he wouldn't be carrying that because he would have the rifle, which is his go-to for what he's doing. So he's not carrying around two guns. We never saw him do that, at least to this point in the movie, or the other one. And like, it's not like it was a little handgun or something. That was a sizable, gun that he was. I don't know exactly what it was. I couldn't really tell because it was pretty dark, but it was a sizable weapon. So he's not carrying around that and the briefcase with the other. It's a little bit to we need to create this gunfight across the roofs.
Like, at least
I thought it was some kind of SMG, but I wasn't sure.
Like 660 like that it would be, because he's side loaded. So you're looking at 60 rounds minimum, probably. So he's got a good thing,
And he fires quite a few without reloading. So you would have to assume it was something like that. So again, like he's carrying that and a briefcase, but again, with a rifle. Like,
you got Harry there, and this is where I think we've all said it's a bit logic gets a bit out of place, just to get the movement of the Scorpio and Harry character. Is because we get a little bit of like there's a policeman that does get shot outside. But you're telling me there's no units that were there to like cordon every exit. There's no way this guy can get out now. They would have called in every they would have come out of like every hidden tunnel, and things like that. Like close the roads off, everything. Like they know, and this is a good thing about America. You buy block. It's blocks, so it's easy to easy.
Well, not in Boston. It's not in Boston. The streets are like a bowl of spaghetti, but and a lot of these other cities, it's a grid system. It was a grid system in a lot of cities
because it was rebuilt. As it was rebuilt after the fire and the earthquake, they built it on a grid system. Unlike London, when you guys rebuilt after 1666, you decided, hey, let's keep all the spaghetti streets. And there was a plan to make them a grid. And they said, no, we like our spaghetti streets.
Yeah, so we got them here too. You guys gifted us those.
That's it. And we went them. Let's have it all narrow. All narrow. That's it. But yeah, it's good. But we get, a cop gets killed on the escape. But then, they go back to, we have the next letter. And he's kidnapped a girl. Was she 14? Is she
14?
14, yeah. So his demands are he describes everything that she's wearing and what he's done, and yeah, it's so
Well,
he's
he's
taken
sent back some
he
of her
sent back, yeah,
clothing and a tooth. Yeah. Oof.
and that's it. So yeah, it's her underwear and a tooth, and then he describes her breasts, how good they look, and all that. So he's getting a bit perverted as well, on his letters. So now he's asking for 200,000. What was it then? 1.6 million. Jay, was it?
From what I'd found when I asked AI, it was
1.6.
something like 1.6 and some change.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to ask
Still-
for now? 10 million now.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah.
A lot more than 1.6 million, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I mean,
1
that's
million.
crazy.
But yeah, and then we get a little bit of a gadget time. They're literally intercom kind of thing.
Yeah, high tech.
Yeah, high tech. Yeah, okay. A scene. Do you need it? Not really. But yeah, then we get the bag that goes in for the money's being got now. And
Had to be a yellow bag, a bright yellow bag.
Mhm.
And I do like how we did good diminishes. Like he's what was it? Knife. He's a little
A little switchblade.
A switchblade. He's like, yeah, and he goes, I don't like how a cop knows how to use one of those.
And so when he says that, my first thought is like, dude, anybody knows how to use
I
a
know
knife.
how to
Like, it's
use
not
it.
super
Push a button.
complicated.
Jeez.
It's not like you have to reload it, know the mechanics of it, know how to unjam it, know how to clean it. Like, it's just a knife, dude. There's not too many ways to use it that are that
And it's
complicated
good,
to figure out.
I know a little bit like, hate to say, if you're an American cop, I want to back up to the backup to the backup. And that's
Right?
your minimum backup. Like
Well,
that.
not for nothing. You're in this specific scenario. You're going up against a sniper who's running around the city taking people out. You're gonna want more than just your Magnum there.
I'm having Death Stars, everything.
Honestly, a katana if I can strap one to my back, something.
Yeah. But we get then he's going to phone booth to phone booth, kind of because the rules are he has to go alone, even though he's got G on there. But he's told him he's gonna run him around town till he knows that he's not been found. So he's just got to get to point to point to point. Where on the way there he nearly gets mugged, doesn't he? And then an old guy picks up the phone by accident, and it's just like,
Give me that phone. Give me that phone.
yeah. He's like, no, and it's. I wonder if on this bit scene here is was influence to Die Hard with a Vengeance, because they do exactly the same thing in that.
I haven't seen it.
The bouncing around the thing.
Yeah, he has to call him, and he has to get to tell you, like, you have 5 minutes to get to the next one, block to block.
I think it must be pretty influential because I've seen this in video games a couple times as well.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City does something like this, as well as Batman Arkham City. They do something like this with the Victor Zsasz character, where he calls you from one payphone and you have to make it to the next payphone in X amount of time, or else he's going to do this or that. So this must have been pretty influential in terms of a concept.
But yeah, so we get Chigo coming in, and then we finally get to a point. It's a very dark scene, but we get like he gets to like I'm guessing it's a meetup area for homosexual men. Let's say that, and he's like. Is your such and that? He's like, nah. And he's like, go away. Are you Vice? Woo! Guy's like this. He's great. Like the little acting guy. This guy he's got is so great because it's so over the top, like stupid, innocent camp. It just makes you like, no, we've gone from running around, nearly getting mugged. We've got to get to the phone call, and then you meet the first person you think might be the killer. He's like, hi. I'm here for some good time.
Just wrong place at the wrong time for him too.
And he's like, get out of here. And he's like, oh, and it's brilliant. But we get to wherever this is in. I'm guessing it is a landmark in San Francisco.
It is. It's in a park in San Francisco.
Yeah. So we get he has to meet him there, and then we finally, after a while, we get the Scorpion. Tells him turn around, get down on the floor, and then he beats him up, really, doesn't he? He's like, yeah, put your gun away, throws his gun away, and then beats him up. And then he tells him, I was going to give you the girl, but now I've changed my mind. I'm going to go and kill her. I'm also going to kill you. And he's like that. So he's a bit brutal, but lucky enough, Chico is in the back. So before he kills him, again with the
Got a
assault
machine gun
rifle.
here.
Yeah. He goes out, but then we get Chico gets hit. Again, it's a very dark scene, but then of course, lucky he did bring in the knife.
Switchblade.
It's like boom, straight into the fire. And yeah, so they're out, giving it a bit of a chase, but then it's the mayor calling to like, you did a good job, but you need to take time off to recover. And he's like, well, no. And then lucky enough, a doctor calls in to say, oh yeah, we had a leg stab victim. Can you describe him to us? And I always think when he actually describes him to, and then you get, oh, he was that. I'm like, that's not the guy.
Is it just me, or does he say blonde?
Long blonde hair.
He says blonde, right?
And I'm like, it sounds like
Did
a
I miss
surfer
something?
dude. Yeah. So yeah, like, but then they get off to this. Yeah, the
kind of a shady doctor.
Well, I think it's one of those free clinics, isn't it? It's got to be, because he says everybody there always gives us a fake name. So yeah, they're dodgy. But then he's like, "Oh, I remember where I've seen him from. He's
right next
He's
door,
the
conveniently.
groundskeeper.
right next door. He's the groundskeeper. Well, no, it's like what is it?
He sells pamphlets.
Sells programs,
I guess, or
the
hands
groundskeeper
them
lets
out.
him sleep at at the stadium. Stadium? Anybody?
It's not a big stadium. It's just a local.
Oh
park
yeah,
stadium.
I assumed it was something smaller. I
It's
don't think anything
small.
professional.
It's huge.
Well, you have to understand,
It's
here in America,
called-
we do things big. So our big stadiums are much bigger than that one.
It's called.
That might be
My
like, I
football
don't
team.
know, a
My
local
football
college
team
or
only holds
something.
18,000. So
Yeah,
It's
mine holds
called
like
Kazar
60,000.
Stadium? I don't know where Kazar Stadium is.
I assume it like belongs or is used by
Who?
like colleges or something
Like a
like that. Like
municipal,
smaller,
yeah.
something smaller than professional sports.
But yeah, so he's hunting down now, and we're gonna have to talk about this later. So he's got a suspect. He's been identified. They've told him where he lives. He goes in. He's been let in. He investigates, and then of course he's a little bit of a chase with the Scorpio, who he believes is Scorpio, fits the profile. Also got the same wound in his leg. That's a good shot. That is a good picture shot. And then the lights come on the stadium. And then, of course, he shoots him again. And he goes up. Yeah, you shot like that. And he plays this mad things of like, you shot me, I want. And he's like, I want a lawyer, doesn't he? So he starts playing the victim. Like that. That's evil. Evil Clint Eastwood faced. But then we come out of the stadium. That's a massive stadium. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean
still
it's
local.
big. It's big, but
still
yeah.
local, yeah.
Again,
Oh, still
I would.
big, but
I would.
I've seen bigger.
There's one thing we do in America. It's do it big. That's for
We
sure.
do big.
That's it. And then we get another, and I couldn't say this. We've got to see the Golden Gate Bridge. How many times? We should have done a checklist on this.
Oh, we
Oh,
should have.
careful here, Stasis.
Careful,
This is going to be one.
I'm just going to click out chat. So they get the 14-year-old girl who is worse for wear. She's dead. They just drag her out naked. That's why I couldn't show that. And then they get back to the next day where he gets called into the district's attorney's office. Look at that. That. Do you like a good old typewriter, Sandy?
Not that one. There was one when Az was playing Resident Evil yesterday. there was a scene with an old typewriter, and I typed in chat, "That's the kind of typewriter I want." And everybody was like,
Oh.
"Yeah, that's a good old, not this one."
I remember my mum. She used to do like she was a florist, and she did like her own accounts.
Yeah.
And every account, just ka-chung, 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 and then you get the old, damn it.
Yeah.
Tipex, yeah. Oh,
I do love those old, like all black metal ones, like the heavy ones that with the key. Those are my favorite. They are. Yeah. I'm an antique person, so I just love looking at those old school things, and those are the best typewriters,
so Jay,
in my opinion.
I have a wireless keyboard that is a mock old typewriter.
Oh, I've seen those, and I've been wanting to get one. You
might
have just pushed me to get it.
Bring a picture up. You gotta bring a picture.
I do love those.
I don't use it for gaming, obviously, but like if it's a day when I'm when I'm just cataloging things on the computer or writing, I'll whip it out, and I love it. It's noisy, it's great. It's just, it takes you back. You need to get one, Jay. You need to get one.
God.
Yeah,
I'll have to look at the model. I don't know the model name.
Yes, please let me know, because I do want one. I've seen some and I love them. They've just, some of the ones I've seen have looked a little bit on the cheaper side, so I haven't sprung for them just yet. I'm looking. I'd love to get a nice one that's quality.
This one's good.
I do love those.
I've had this for about 4 years now, and it still works great. Holds a good charge. Yeah, it holds a good charge. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's great.
Let me know when it's time to get into the legal inaccuracies in this film.
That's what I'm saying. So now, the attorney of the district attorney here is not going to charge the guy and take him to court. They're going to have to let him go. One, he didn't do his rights, Miranda rights.
The Miranda rights, yeah.
He will kind of beat him up, okay? But my thing, and even the judge there, sitting in the background, also says, yeah, we can't, it's admissible in court, blah, 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 because you didn't have the warrant. Now, I'm sure around the world, if you have a probable cause, you're allowed to go in.
No,
and then
not probable cause.
Not probable cause. Wait,
not probable cause for this.
There we go.
But
yeah,
I think
some things you can.
Hold it. Now me and Jake can just sit back and listen to the person who went to, university to do this.
As you break this down into its component parts, a probable cause would not be in this particular set of circumstances. Here's what would be, and I think would be the better approach here. It's called the fleeing felon rule. And what you'd have to do is look to see if the entire context of what has happened over the last several hours is all one action. So from the time when he meets the guy on top of the hill and stabs him, to the time he finds him at the hospital, to the time he goes to the stadium, is that all one activity where you could say that the guy is a fleeing felon and you're going to take action, to do whatever you do. Now, I am not a criminal attorney, not my area of expertise, even though I have degrees in it, because the law changes all the time. But basically, yes, to go into his room where he was not, see, the criminal was not in that room. You would have probably needed a warrant to go into the room and to get the gun. But you throw that out and you throw everything that derived from that gun. It's called the poisonous, the tainted fruit of the poisonous tree. So if you have the gun and the gun has led you to other things, you have to throw it all out because the first thing you got was wrong. Okay, carve that out. He shouldn't have gone in there without a warrant. When he was climbing over the fence, albeit with a busted up leg, I don't know, and the guy says, we're going to need a warrant. You don't need a warrant to go into the stadium because the criminal doesn't own the stadium. So you didn't need a warrant to do that. You're trespassing.
I was going to say that would just be trespassing is all.
It's just trespassing, but it's
but
probably
he got given the
municipal.
rights to do it because the guy switched on the lights for him, so he knew he was there.
Right, but it's also like it's probably a municipal stadium, so it belongs to the city. Anyway, all of that stuff, everything that happened in that stadium, except for him going in the room, to me, is perfectly fine. And at least the DA should have charged with what they had. They had the guy who Harry Callahan can testify is the guy that I met on the top of the hill who beat me up and
Well,
I
then
handed money to, because everything else came after that. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
because
and Chico is still alive. They know
Chico's
that,
still
so he
alive and
probably
can
he could have identified him as well.
But technically, he was wearing a mask at that point. They technically never saw his face because he did have that red ski mask
Yeah.
on.
but he stabbed
Until
him.
after he stabs him and slides down the
Stab him.
hill, that's when he takes it off and uses it to try to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
But they never see his face at
He
that
stabs
point.
him. He's got the knife. They can match the wound. There,
Right.
everything
That's
that
more where they
happened,
would go, is matching the
Yeah.
knife wound to the knife and all that.
everything that
The blood on the
happened,
knife matches the blood coming from this guy. Like, again, I don't know
Yes,
what the level
the
of
blood
forensics was, but
the
But
blood,
that's what I
well,
say
blood
about the
could have been
ballistics, don't he?
matched.
So he says, then it takes him
Blood
to
could
the
have been matched,
ballistics
but
of it, yeah.
everything that happened up to the point that he went into the guy's little room, from my perspective, you would go with everything after he grabs the gun might not be admissible, but you would still, Mr. DA, you would still prosecute because you're prosecuting on behalf of the people, and you let the judge, you don't bring a judge into your room to determine whether you prosecute.
Mhm.
You try the case and let the judge determine it after you have presented all the evidence. So poor DA work here. Terrible.
And you would get him on a technicality, literally, like put him on. We've got him in jail for 3 months until we can get something else on him. You would do him on a technicality,
And you
would have
keep
got
him from
at
hurting
least
other
something,
people.
yes.
100%.
Yeah. And like, it would have been something, something really minor. We've got him on that. Don't worry about it. It's something not bad, but at least we can build a case later, for a retrial or anything like that. But yeah, to kind of dismiss it straight away that Harry's completely in the wrong. He's kind of done his duty, but not done it by the book. And it's like, but his point is somebody could have died, without him acting. Yeah. So he's done the right thing.
But here's also why they went down this route, is because it was in the 1960s and 70s when you had so many landmark Supreme Court cases that were clarifying the rights of the citizen versus the the level of discretion and the authority of the police. So it starts with, and I think he even said Miranda versus Arizona, and you have all these cases that really changed the way police work was done, 60s, 70s, and even into the 80s. Rules of evidence, the stop and frisk rules, the can you search the car, and well, can you search the purse that's in the trunk of the car, and all those all those cases became clarified in the 70s and 80s through the Supreme Court, and it was on television. And so Americans were hearing the names of these cases, and I think that influenced this. But I think whoever wrote this script only knew part of it. Okay, yeah, I get it. You heard about, and I forget which case it was, that said that you cannot use the tainted fruit of the poisonous tree. Basically, as soon as you don't have the authority to get some evidence because you didn't do a warrant or give rights or whatever, everything that flowed from that evidence cannot be used. True, but everything that happened before it can be used.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's probably why this film took that turn, because it was probably really highly publicized on television, these landmark cases, particularly Miranda versus Arizona.
Right. Yeah, and I think that is one of the flaws of the film, is the writing in the police work is full of holes that are, I think, just designed to allow Harry to work the way he works, to be the rogue cowboy cop that does all the things he does. And it's kind of one of those things you got to either take it or leave it in terms of how much you can look past it. There's a lot of it in this. There's definitely a lot of it in this, and I'll admit it affects my grade of it, which we'll get to at the end. How much, that'll be determined when we get there. But it's definitely there's a lot of really bad police work in this, and in this case, DA work that's designed just to kind of get Harry to do the things they need Harry to do.
So it was literally a little bit of a history in the private chat there. Just announced 2 minutes ago. If you're interested. But yeah, it's I did it wrong, but yeah, he gets a bit of like shakedown. He's pissed off, and they're like, yeah, but this he's been let out, and this is when then Harry is would you call it stalking? Not really. He's just I'm gonna make sure you don't
He's
kill anybody
tailing
else, really.
him.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
kind
Yeah.
of Oh,
Careful.
forgot about
Yes,
it.
You got
There we go.
lucky.
That was
You got
very careful.
so lucky.
Lucky.
You may want to just unshare and
We're gonna
skip through all. Just get to the point where
are
he's
now
getting
in
paid to get beat up. Or
I
whatever
forgot
it
about
is.
that bit. He went straight to it. Yeah, so he's telling him where a bit creepy with the playground, but then he goes into a there you go, into a into
it's a strip club. Yeah, totally nude. You get the gist there, guys. That's why we can't show any of this.
Bloody YouTube. But yeah, it's just a game.
You may still want to be careful here. No, we're good. Now we're good. Now we're good. Okay.
Yeah, but like this stuff, like, is this still here? Is there still is it still that?
I mean, there's
sleazy?
still strip
that looks like
clubs
something you would get
everywhere,
like a Amsterdam, wouldn't it? So. Yeah,
oh, in terms of like a district, I don't know. I don't know. I've never been to San Francisco. I would imagine not, but I really can't.
Oh, there is definitely a red light district, and I forget what it's
called.
called.
Okay, so fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I've like I said, I've never been, so I have no idea. And if I go, I don't think that's the area I'm wandering into, anyways. So I wouldn't know regardless.
I actually remember, like, when I was young, we went like in Soho and we turned the wrong corner, me and my mates, and we were like 15, and then my mate was like, it's like, yeah, we're here, and he's just like, the 15-year-old boys, London.
Dan and Viper, who took me to Soho a few months ago, and
did they tell you?
It was wild. I think we enjoyed it. It was wild. And crowded. Oh my God, it was so crowded. It was a lot of fun.
That's it. I still remember, like, just off the track, oh my God, we was like, my mate, another Dan, literally we were following him, and he's like, oh, I know a shortcut. And then he was like, through things, we were trying to get to Denmark Street, what it was like for the guitars and all that. Like, he turned the corner and then accidentally entered a pride parade. And then we were walking and we got to the end and we were like, why didn't you turn around? He went, I started and I didn't want to offend them by turning around.
You didn't want to stop. You just kept going.
Like, what? And it was like, no, we were young. We were like 17, 18. And we were like, what is going on here? And it was like, yeah, it was chaps everywhere. And it was just like, this is really bad. And like really a narrow street. So you kind of squeezing through. Imagine London really busy. And we got to him, why didn't you just turn around? And he goes, well, I just didn't want to offend him. He goes, dude's bloody offended. It's like that. It was hilarious. It was like, oh my God. No. But yeah, so we get this scene where, he pays the guy a lot of money to, like, did he get towed? And his job is to beat the crap out of him.
Disfigure him, yeah.
Yeah. And I like it because he's like, he goes, I want every penny.
Every penny's worth.
Yeah, and then he calls him, something bastard. And then he's like, he's, this one's on the house. But yeah, you can see he's like, proper beaten. Where he goes into hospital. And he's made sure that the media are there, and where he announces, they've been toweling me, they're after me, they're trying to frame me, and they're like, well, do you know who it was? Yeah, it was Harry Callahan.
Gee, the media sympathizing with a crazed criminal, just like today. No different than today. That sure hasn't changed.
And the thing is with this bit where at least these superior realized it's not you, but he could go, look at my hands, literally there's nothing. Yeah, come on. But I like how he defends himself is like, he looks too pretty. If I did it, he looks too pretty.
Yeah.
Like, great. He's like, but he gets told, but he admits that at least he's honest. He's like, have you been tailing him? Yep, I have. So you got to stop it. But now he goes to see Chico, who really is like, this is I don't get this scene really. It's just I'm guessing it's to show the audience that he is okay and he's alive. But in this, it's really for him to say, I'm going to be a teacher. Yeah.
I was just wondering because I've never seen the sequel movies of Dirty Harry. Does he ever show back up again? Daryl, do you happen to know? I
Ooh,
thought
I
Daryl
can't
mentioned he
remember.
had seen some of them. I was curious if
I've
this
seen
guy
them all,
does
but
retire.
I can't.
Oh,
I
you
can't
have? Oh, okay.
remember. I've seen them all, but
I wasn't
can't
sure if
remember.
he does actually
Let
retire
me
after
see.
this or leave the
Let's
force,
see
or if
what
it
other
was just
films
kind
he's
of
in.
a.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Daryl
it's a
says
no.
no. Okay. Interesting.
No, he's not. He was in
So he does
Cobra
leave.
with
Is that Sylvester Stallone?
Sylvester Stallone.
Hmm.
And then I saw
Interesting.
something else and I was like, oh, that's him. What was it?
But even in this, like, I bet you we've watched this recently, but you'll forget about his character. His character is so in this.
I know.
It's I even forgot that he even had a partner when I rewatched this. So
Oh wait, who's a Seinfeld fan?
Me.
I hate.
You'll know this character. Okay, it's not the soup person.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you remember the pizza guy, Poppy?
Oh God,
Poppy's
why does that
Pizza?
sound so familiar? Yeah, I must. It's ringing a bell.
He's
I
in
haven't watched
4
it in a
different
while.
episodes, and he has the restaurant where you make your own pizza, and they're all like, "Oh, this is a great idea," but then they all think it's gross.
Yes.
He's Poppy.
God.
He
Oh
plays
man, I never
Poppy.
would have put a face to a name on that. Oh
No.
wow. No
But
kidding.
yeah, he's not. Again, he went on to do like a lot of
Mhm.
television, a lot of like one episode of this and one episode of that.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's not the greatest actor, probably why.
I was going to say, for most of the actors in this film, they definitely were showcasing Clint Eastwood because there are no other like top rate actors. There's no one else that goes on to big things. You know, really and truly a whole bunch of, I'm sorry to say this is going to sound rude, but like other no name actors, really and truly. Like,
yeah, I mean, nobody
just
even
Clint
really
Eastwood.
has a major role except for him in Scorpio.
And Scorpio
everybody
goes
else
on to Deep Space Nine.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he's Garak. Is that a Cardassian or a? Is he a Cardassian?
Yeah, Kardashian. Yeah.
Garak.
Oh, he does that. All right. But again, I wouldn't know the actor's name.
No, I have no idea.
And he's completely also in prosthetics. He is Andrew. Andrew Robinson is that actor. Yeah, none of these actors would I.
Oh wow, I wouldn't. I'm looking at his IMDb picture. I wouldn't even know that was the same guy. He doesn't look anything. Well, I mean, obviously the picture that they're showing is an aged one. I don't know what year, but that doesn't even look like the same guy. Interesting.
Yeah, they definitely made him crazed, absolutely crazed in this film.
It's the smile. It's that crazy smile that it's just psychotic.
Yeah. But yeah, from this, we get the goodbye, and then we get this weird. I don't know why we got it. It was a brief bit about his wife earlier, and then they said like, "Oh, forgot." But then this is where having a talk with Jill's wife is about how's your wife, and this is where we find out. But I think he's alluded in the later movies a little bit more that his wife was killed by a drunk driver. That was it, really, wasn't it? Just very off the cuff. Is it supposed to I don't know if they were trying to explain his his personality.
Yeah, I think just to kind of humanize him, to understand that he wasn't always just this cold, cowboy cop. He was probably likely at one point just, regular guy, wife, probably intentions of a family who was a cop. And then that happens, and that kind of makes him become Dirty Harry, where he's more willing to, what do I care anymore? I'll take on any job. I don't care the risk. I don't care that, so I think it's kind of to humanize him, to understand how, because you don't really see a lot of cowboy cops like this in real life. So you'd wonder how exactly does a regular cop become, this super cop? And, I guess that's the reasoning behind it. That's my best interpretation of this scene, at least.
But yeah, so we get off, and then we get again. I don't get. I must say, there's scenes in this I don't really get, and this is one of them where he's got a thing. I don't get why he robs this guy.
Yeah, just to get a weapon. I imagine he doesn't. Well, this is the thing. It's like I think this scene is to show he needs to get a weapon because the cops took his rifle, right? That's my best guess. He doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't want to pay for one. Doesn't have money for one. Maybe And his idea is, I'll steal it off the guy who I know has one because this guy gets robbed all the time. My thing is, we go back back earlier in the movie, not a few scenes, quite earlier. What happened to that SMG that he had on the roof, along with his sniper and the extra ammo he had? Like, it seemed like this guy had quite a bit of weapons, and we only saw them confiscate or seize the rifle. So where's that one? Like,
I was guessing he didn't go back to his little hovel. That's what I was kind of guessing.
I guess maybe. Yeah,
he
I
ended up
guess
someplace else, and maybe it's, I don't know. But
yes,
you're right.
There we go. So let's say you got arrested because he's not being charged, so he's been arrested. Yeah, and they've taken these weapons away in America, of course, because we don't have that. And then you were not charged. Would they have to give your weapons back to you?
That is a good question. I don't
They
honestly
usually
know.
do.
I would assume yes. Yeah, I'm not a legal expert. I would assume yes, and especially if the weapon they took was inadmissible as evidence.
Yeah, they were like,
I would imagine so.
Especially because, as you said, he. I'm guessing. I'm not. Also, he's got a sniper rifle. Yeah, and then he's got an assault rifle, and then he's got the. You can have more.
Right. Well, that's my thing. Is like, I don't think he needs to take this little handgun off this old. I think, to be honest, it's one of those. Again, this is kind of it's not the most sound written movie.
No.
And I think this is kind of showing just a little bit more of like his ruthless nature. But it just doesn't quite honestly make a lot of sense. I could have done without this.
Yeah. It could have got like. They could have just gone,
I thought that's what he was going to buy when he went to the guy who beat him up. I thought he was going to try to buy a new rifle.
Yeah,
that was my understanding.
Sense. Yeah, here's the money, and they could have gave him a rifle or a pistol or whatever.
And Daryl just said the same thing. Yep, Daryl, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Just why I didn't like
right, like here's the money for the rifle, here's the money for the ass kicking. I'll see you later. Like that's what I thought it was. Well, I at first thought just the rifle, but even in retrospect of knowing that it was really for the beating up process, I would have thought it would have been both. But like that guy's service is just beating people up. Like I would have thought his job was black market weapons.
Well, that's the thing, because at the moment he's not being identified by luck, really. But now he's beating somebody out who he's had a conversation with, who he can clearly say the guy was bruised, blah blah blah. But, and he has my gun with a serial number, and that is registered for me that he stole.
And keep in mind, this guy's face has been plastered all over the news because of the media, so he would know what this like. You'd probably recognize this guy walking in. But
yeah. But yeah,
he does have a crazy looking face, though.
He does.
And I'm not trying to be, rude or disrespectful to the guy or anything. I just mean it like.
It looks like
I think he's
Carrey,
like he's trying to have a crazy looking face. I think he's doing a good job at it. Is more what I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, he gets it. And now we get I don't like this ending. I must say I don't. It's the only bit of like I would go into it like I like the beginning bit more until this bit. These bits at the end. I like we're trying to get him more than.
I like the stadium. I like the stadium scene, even in terms of a get him scene side by side. I like the stadium version better.
Yeah. But this, we get the old school bus. You both ride this bus to school? One of these?
I did.
A yellow bus, but not that one, no.
Okay, not that one, but yellow bus. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, no, we do. To this day, we still do you guys don't do yellow school bus?
No, of course we don't. We get a normal bus with normal people on it, or we
that's
or cycle.
It's because you have better public transportation, though.
Oh
See,
yeah, God.
Our kids in the
I
suburbs.
wouldn't want my kid anywhere near public transportation.
No way.
Like the only people who do this are private school. That's the only people.
Really?
Because I went to private school.
A mini bus things. I don't know that because Jade went to private school. Little snob.
No, we Our public schools have the big yellow school bus. It keeps the kids away from the adult buses. The kids have their own, but it's also to fast track the route to school. You don't want to be on a public bus of
what we call. What I'm guessing is our secondary school. What is your high school? Kind of different like that. We start there when we were 11. Mine was like 5-minute walk away, and the most I ever knew was somebody who was you're looking around about a 7-minute cycle away. But in that area, we had 5 schools, and they're all what you're looking, because 600 pupils each, like each school, so like for the area, and then that's it. Then you go out, but you always. You're rare that you're going to get somebody who has to really get a long bus like the school. Like
fair enough.
There's got to be a reason why. But then you're, again, as I've said it plenty of times, America is flipping big. So
I was just going to say, that's kind of one of the things. Even in from your cities to your small towns, like you definitely need a bus service to pick up the kids and get them to school, because it would be a long trek for probably most of the kids, to be honest with you. Most wouldn't live nearby the school. The ones that would, great, they could walk there, but most kids and families would be, within distances that you would need a bus. And when you do the school bus specifically versus you're, combining it with public transportation, one, you keep kids away from adults, which is probably good for both cases, because I'm sure adults don't want to hear a bunch of kids, because I guess you haven't heard a school bus, but if you've ever heard a school bus or been on a school bus like I was as a kid, it is loud, and adults don't want to deal with that on their way to work. And I'm sure kids don't really want to be around adults on their way to school. So it keeps them separate and gives them their clean route to school, in terms of my stops are only going to be for picking up the kids. Well, not my stops, but the bus driver stops are only going to be for picking up the kids at the certain stops and getting them straight to school, versus having to stop at, adult bus stops as well for, city work and things like that.
Now, so like Tom B's wife, she went to a school in the next town to me. And I'm guessing that would be 15-minute walk by pace, and that was it. But she was in a different town, and I mean, because it's just literally separated by a road, and it was a different name. That was it. But everything else is just it's by like kind of by area. It's like you're in that radius, and then there's 5 schools you can pick. But like, I mean, sometimes it's like a 10-mile radius, and then there's 5 plus schools. So it's like that. I think like my kid, he had for infant schools. So that's below 11. Like, I think he had like 7 schools he could pick, and they're all walking distance. Easily a walking distance, all of them.
No kidding.
So but I was like, but again, it's iconic. They're an iconic. This is America, iconic. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like
red buses for us, you have the yellow school buses.
And everybody here has memories of being on the school bus as a kid. I still remember being a kid on the school bus, the goofing around with your friends, the yelling, screaming, it was as a kid, it's kind of the best parts of the day is before school and after school. You're kind of just goofing around with your friends on the bus, and then you get to school and you got to be more serious. And then after it's done, you're goofing around with your friends on the bus on your way home. So it was oftentimes some of the best parts of the school day. There was a lot of funny memories from the bus days.
I suppose not one like state went, no, our ones are blue. Just to be awkward. Our ones are blue.
I think it has a bit to do with just the immediate recognition.
Traffic laws.
It's obvious,
right? So that no matter what state you're in, you know what a school bus looks like. You know when the stop sign's there to stop. You know not to travel too close behind it. You'll never question, is that a school bus or is that something different because it's green? You'll always just know that. I mean, that's my assumption. I have no honest idea of why they chose everything to be a yellow school bus. I just assumed it's out of the recognition of, like, when you see it, you'll know what it is, and you won't essentially do something wrong in terms of traffic laws, like not stopping, follow too close, things like that. You'll recognize it immediately just from that big old yellow bus. You can't miss it.
And I like, again, we're having these kind of aerial kind of up things to just show San Francisco. We're just showing it again, but this is up high. Now, I can't remember. There's there is something up there, isn't there? Like in that area, like an auditorium kind of thing. I can't remember what it's called, but like that. But like, would it be this easy for this guy to get on there that quick? I don't know. Maybe back in the 70s. Maybe that's
maybe.
Why. Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
so the thing nowadays, no, this guy wouldn't get anywhere near it because typically you see parents waiting right there at all bus stops.
And there are cameras all over the buses.
That
to
as
see
well.
if you pass the bus, if you
that is a good point. When he's like, there's no parent there. That is actually a good point.
Right.
To go.
You'd have chaperones.
I'm going to take you.
You would, if I'm
30 meters. Yeah.
Right. When I'm usually driving home from work is about the time school's getting out. So I tend to see, unfortunately, I've gotten stuck behind school buses on my way home from work, which kind of sucks when you just sat in 45 minutes worth of traffic or more, and then you got to stop every 5 feet for a bus stop because you got caught behind a bus. But one of the things I always say, and I always appreciate because I'll do it, when my kid's ready for school, is all the parents who are right at the stop waiting for their kids to get there, to pick them up, to make sure they cross the street okay, get into their cars. And, if they've got to drive down the street to get back home, some of them will bring their cars, they'll park, the parents will they become friends and kind of talk and wait for the kids to get off the bus. And I always say, like, great parenting when you do that. I know back in the day, it was easy to trust the school bus and trust that kids could get on and off it safely. Unfortunately, nowadays, that is not the case. So I always appreciate when I see parents doing good parenting jobs like that. And I'll be doing it myself. I'll be waiting at that bus stop for my little one when he's ready to get off the bus. And it's unfortunately the way the world's gone. We have to do that. But I think it's a great thing when you see parents make that effort.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, sorry. Whoop.
Yep,
That
was fast.
That was going
Triple speed.
Yeah, double speed. But yeah, so we get like, you can't get on the bus, but he draws, of course, his pistol. And where we have the kids, excuse me. And his way of doing it is, let's sing a song. I would have liked him to make the kids a bit younger. I think some of them are a bit too old because they'd be like, "Who the hell are you?" Like, there's a couple of them argue back at the end. But okay, I can do that. But yeah, they have a little bit of a sing song whilst that. But I'm going to now let Sandy in awe of the next scenes with the architecture of this building.
Yeah, so this building did survive
This is
fire,
such a European building.
This is called the Beaux-Arts style. It is there are buildings in the west of the Mississippi, the State House in Denver, Colorado, and a couple of other state houses and city halls look just like this. I mean, it's almost like they went cookie cutter with the neoclassical stuff. They do look the same. And where I used to work at the US Mint in San Francisco was like right around this area, because I remember seeing this building. And also the Mint building is also another one of those iconic, amazing bits of architecture. It's kind of closer to the Presidio, I think. So it's like, it's not in the area where all the big damage was from the earthquake and the fire. But yeah, I do. It's kind of, if you really look at it, it's kind of a mishmash, right? We're trying to be the Parthenon. But I like it. I like the effort.
Do you know what I like about this? Like, I always laugh about American architecture. They've taken ideas,
bits and pieces,
and then they've gone, but what can we do different? Let's make it bigger.
Exactly.
I love it. Like, what can we just do?
Let's put St. Paul's Dome.
Double it. Double it. Just double it.
We'll start with the Parthenon, but we'll add St. Paul's Dome, and then we'll make it look like a train station.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they do.
It's hilarious. Like, just make it big. Just make it big.
Make it
That's
bigger.
it. We got, look. I'm waiting for people. Look, we got the land. Just fill it up.
Fill it up. Okay. Manifest destiny, baby.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. It's brilliant. Oh, that's it. But what I would say, even inside of it, we get to see the after like like that. I'm just saying that is a
gorgeous architecture.
Love a sweeping marble staircase, and I love those lights. And
Art Deco kind of really.
Excuse me.
It's so great.
It's one of those things where, like, even if you're not super into architecture, you can't look at this and not be floored by how amazing it looks.
It's quality too. Like,
and you guarantee this scene, him walking into it, can be cut, but the director went, but it's so beautiful. I want this in here. I need this in here.
I agree, and I wish they kept this angle. I hate the little floor angle that they do, where it like
when he goes up,
turns with them. Yeah, I'm like, what is that? I wish they just kind of kept that angle of it.
The courthouse.
Imagine going to work. That is your workplace every day,
right? Imagine
how good would that be? Like that, and just be like, that's it.
I'd be loving it. The courthouse in Baltimore looks like this, with the marble stairs and the brass and bronze railings and those light fixtures. It's all from that late 1800s, what they call the Beaux-Arts style. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
But I wonder how bad is this like what it is? Or they just put mod because it works because of that lighting, and I wonder if they changed all the modern lighting. I would hate that.
Oh,
That
I am sorry to report. I'm very, very sorry to report. It is one of my pet peeves that the fluorescent LED lighting has taken over in these government buildings. And so that warm yellow is gone. And in my office at home, I have my 2 chandeliers and I make sure I always buy the warm yellowish lights. But because I painted the walls this really cool gray,
and then stuck post-its over it.
yeah, it doesn't really do. So I'm looking for a little table lamp that is kind of that yellow amber. Cause yeah, you want that warm light. It's almost gone from everywhere. Which is just so sad because so many now what you do get, thankfully, in some of the residential areas, you'll still get some gas lamps, on the sidewalks and on the houses, which I absolutely love. But those dreadful LED. And why can't they make the LED bulbs kind of amber? And you realize it's actually not the color of the light, it's the fact that there is a tiny flicker to those fluorescent light bulbs, which you can't get with the LEDs. The LEDs don't have that imperceptible flicker that those oh my God, and those old sodium vapor lights that they don't make anymore. Anyway, don't get me started on the lighting, but no, it's all bright, brash, white, that greenish, bluish. The amber tones are gone. It's really sad.
That's why I started like, oh, you have to like I hate, like I used to love going past the US Embassy in London, and then they've moved to that horrid, literally
That cube.
Oh, it's disgusting. And I'm like, look, this is
wild.
what we could do. And I always think that, look what we can achieve. And you saying we can't achieve this with modern technology and make it cheaper. It's just like, oh, it just annoys me. Look at what, with a bit of hard labor and a bit of perfection. And I hate that. I hate the modern building, the modern hotel.
That old one is so iconic. They're making a hotel out of it now, or apartments or something.
What did they do with the eagle?
With that great big eagle, it's still there. It's incorporated. They didn't get
Okay.
rid of it. It is incorporated in the.
Jay, you ever seen it?
What?
The big eagle out of the US Embassy in America.
The US Embassy in London. It's featured
I know
in.
I've never seen it. No.
What film is it
just
featured in?
Again, can we make what? How can we, like, everybody else has got a flag? That's it, really. You have a couple have a plaque, and then the Americans went, fuck it. We're having this, like, literally 30-foot eagle on the top of the building that looks over at everybody. It's brilliant. It's just like, yeah, that's it. And you have to like to go,
film?
Yeah, that's
is
America.
It featured in?
I can't think.
Oh, it's brilliant. Have a look at it. The old eagle in the US Embassy in London. It's brilliant. It's just like every time, just like, oh my. It's just like, yeah, there you go. Just putting, like, and again, they probably did it as like a stamp of authority. Like, look at this. We can actually do this, power, because you can't bother anymore. Every other embassy around them were like, little flag. Literally, and they gone, no, we're having literally this solid stone eagle hanging off the literally top of the building now. It's it's funny. It's like that. But
so yeah, it is featured in The Omen. The scene where the U.S. ambassador deletes himself so that Damien Thorne's stepfather can become the ambassador to the court of St. James. And you look up at that eagle. So I grew up associating that eagle with something really creepy, unfortunately. Okay. So I look at it very differently. I just put a link in the chat to my little video on that embassy if anyone's interested in checking out. And you could actually see like what it looks like. It is the cube, the new one is
horrid.
It's okay. So here's what I like about it.
Oh, God.
It has a fountain that runs all the way around it. That's kind of cool. It's like a creek. It's like a fake creek that runs around the building, around some, like, a lot of greenery and things that they've planted. So I kind of like that. I like the gates. It's a really interesting design around the gate. Yeah, the rest of the building is ugly.
It's just.
But I like what they did to the area around it. I really do. So if anyone's interested,
I like
later
the old one. The old one's better. No, the old
after
one's
this episode completes, of course, don't click on my link until we're done talking about Dirty Harry.
better. But yeah, we get beautiful. In the beautiful. What? Sorry, building game. What was it called? Sandy, this building.
Oh, this is the city hall, right?
Just the city hall. It's just called the city hall.
Just called the City Hall, San
And
Francisco
like,
City
the
Hall.
mayor. I love that. That's your room. That's it. Okay, let me go. Wood paneling. Jay, loving it.
No.
No.
I'm so
So,
sorry.
Sandy,
I was just
Sandy,
answering a text on my phone, so I didn't catch
That's
that
us.
last bit. Just
Oh,
wanted to be
more
honest.
wood paneling.
Would you love it?
Oh, wood paneling. Yes.
Yeah.
I do love the wood paneling.
Sandy,
Sorry,
but
I
would
had
you
a text come in. I had to
If
answer.
you could build your own, and I sent you that link to that game, but would you have wood paneling in the
Never.
library?
Never. Not in a
I mean,
not
you
even in a
don't-
library.
Really, you don't feel like it fits a building like this, Sandy, or a library?
I would do a library. You could
I
do
feel
it in
like
a
it fits
library.
this definitely better than your house. That that I could definitely agree with. But I don't know. I kind of like it.
I
Now,
just don't know
did
why
you
I
see
just
my
hate it
link
so
to that,
much.
Sandy?
It's just
Have
one
you
of these
bought that game?
No, I haven't.
Jay, I on Steam. I was looking at like having a look. There was a tidy up library game.
Oh,
I
you
think,
get
I
them
think it'll
tidy
be a
up a
problem if I
library.
start it. I think it's everything. Yeah, it's the sorting. It's the library. Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
Sandy would love
I
that. That's
I'll
I
need a
do
vacation.
kind of like those simulator games. Like I've been playing the trading card shop simulator game lately,
What's
where you
that?
just
Oh, neat.
it's
Oh, I
it's
saw
kind of
that.
like the
Yes,
grocery.
yeah,
Do
sorry,
you
I
remember
did see
when
that. Yeah,
Mr. Pork Chop was
The
playing the
supermarket
grocery store one?
simulator.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
same thing, but for running up like essentially a knockoff Pokemon store.
Pokemon, yeah.
It's
I
so
do
much
that.
fun. It's just sometimes I've spent like this week I spent a couple of hours playing it, and I'm like, did I really just spend 2 to 3 hours
Oh, that's
playing,
awesome.
pretending I'm a cashier, just cashing people out, buying Pokemon cards? So yeah, I did. I really did, and it was a lot of fun.
That's fun.
Bizarre, but I do love those games. They are a lot of fun.
That's
The library
we
one is one
started-
I'd actually check
sorry.
that out myself.
Sorry, we were talking about gaming, Jay. My jumping.
Oh my word!
I
Sandy.
still haven't
It was.
seen it.
I
still haven't
wish,
seen it.
Stasis, that you could see, because they got to a point where we were like 45 minutes in that I could see how frustrated you were, and I've been in those points too where I'm stuck at a point and it's driving. So I felt bad, but I couldn't stop laughing because I could, but because it was a relatability laugh. It was like, dude, I have been here and I know it, and it was just so funny. And then when you finally made that jump, my word, the reaction had me
Yay.
rolling over
Oh
here.
my god, I was just
It
like,
you would have thought England won the World Cup. It was unbelievable.
oh, I've never had so much relief when it just
Oh man, it was brilliant.
and it just
Well, that
stopped.
was
I was like, oh.
and that
it
was
was
part
really
of the
like-
laughter. Was
and
just the
worst thing is,
relatability.
I knew my controller. I was still running forward, and I had in my brain, don't step back, don't step back. I was like, I'm pushing the controller forward. Oh my god,
It was brilliant. It was so
Yeah.
funny. But again,
God,
it was the perspective of just, dude, I have been in this spot
Yeah.
and I know exactly what you're going through. So
I
that
think the last time I
relatability
said
just
that
made
it must
so
have been
fun.
like a really old Sonic game. Like
Yeah,
the
well,
Mega Drive or
those
something
games
like
used
that,
to
when you're just
always
doing
be like
thing.
that. People always think, so I'm about to go off on a tangent on retro games, but people always think like now we have the hardest games, and the games are hard now. Don't get me
No.
wrong, but those games, those 16-bit, 8-bit
Those old
games,
platformers.
they were so
no.
exactly they were so hard because there was only so many ways to beat it. If I play Batman, I could beat that in a million different ways. It's dealer's choice. How do you want to try to beat this game? When you're playing Mario or something, it's like, dude, you got to time that jump exactly
Oh.
right. And if you don't, you are not getting past that part. So
Yeah.
everybody thinks those games, those games are so easy. They're 16-bit, 8-bit, whatever. Like, no, dude, they are at times much, much harder than the games we have now.
It is because
that's
you
why I
get
love 'em.
stuck. You're absolutely right. In Elden Ring, if I get stuck in an area, I can go to 100 other
Yep.
places on that huge map.
Yep.
In Donkey Kong,
And you can level
or-
up and make your guy stronger so that you can
Yeah.
go back and just beat the guy straight out of force, not even need too much tactic. Yep. In those games, there's nothing, man. You got to hit it right or you don't get through.
I think it was Witcher 3. Literally, she got to a point where you couldn't backtrack, so you had to do this level, but she did it too quickly. And I was like, what are you doing? She went, I'm doing the same level. She got like to that extreme, like an hour. I can't beat this boss. Sorry. And I was like, she would like give it a go. Just literally give it a go. And I went, stood up. I didn't even sit down. I went, and beat it in like 2 minutes. And I went, and that's how you do it. She just went, get out, do not come back.
Well, I hope
The
you showed her
anger
the
on
bridge.
that face.
I
Oh
hope
my
you
God.
showed her the
anger.
jumping.
And he was like, what? It was just like, I was like, oh, I don't know how I did that. I just caned him. Like that.
Well, and that's the thing with games sometimes is sometimes you just need a fresh mind. Like sometimes it's what I call just like a frustration loop where
you kept saying
just
go and have a moment. I was like,
just get up, go to the bathroom, have a stretch, grab a drink, come back. And that fresh mind, it's all you need to get through it. It's the weirdest thing. It's got to be some kind of phenomenon that we all go through as gamers where it's just a frustration loop where I know exactly what I need to do, but I'm too frustrated to time it right, to slow down, to speed up, to do the things I know I need to do. I can't because I'm just too pissed off at the fact that I haven't done it yet. So there's been times, the most recent I can think of is when I was playing Black Myth Wukong. Some of those boss fights were driving me nuts because I couldn't get past them, to the point where like I'd try for like an hour to beat a boss and I couldn't do it. And I'm like, dude, I got to go to bed, shut it off, come in next day, load up the game, boom, first try, done. It's like
you get in a rut with your brain.
Yeah, you just need that fresh mind.
I'm not a rage quitter. I don't rage quit. That's it. I'm there.
Yeah, I don't necessarily rage quit, but sometimes I know when it's like, all right, dude, you've been at it for like an hour and a half and it's bedtime. It's like almost 1 a.m. Now I gotta shut it down. It's not a rage quit. It's just a sleep quit. And then you come back the next day and you're all fresh. But sometimes it's quicker than that. Sometimes it's just like, all right, let me just get up, stretch, go grab a drink, use the bathroom, grab a snack, come back. And then boom, within the next 2-3 tries, it's done. It's the strangest thing, but we all go through it. And that's what I just found so humorous while you were going through it was like, dude, I've been here. But like, that's the best comedy, honestly, is like when somebody tells a joke on stage that you can relate to, that's when you laugh the most. So it was laughter of understanding of the shared pain. Exactly. Empathy.
Yeah,
that's
we've
exactly
all been
what it
there. And
was.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah. But man, when you made the jump, it was phenomenal.
Flipping. I still haven't finished the game. We're going to go back to it. If they have another jumping bit into it, I'm going to go mad. I'm like, and I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's it. I think we had that, like, I think Daryl was there. Like, we had another game. And it was literally, you know, like, you have to, like, shoot. You have to time it. They shoot, time. So you have to go, all right, 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. Well, why did they? 1, 2, jump. 1, and it was just like, and then I did that. I was like, but that didn't take that long. Like, it was like 20 minutes. This was like, it had to be coming up to an hour. Just me going, and then, oh God. The relief of that. And that's why I said, like, in that stream, I was like, I need a minute. Just because I had to pause it. Just like, oh my God. Just breathe. I've done it. Finally. Anyway, back to Dirty Harry before we get right off tangent. We've done sports, architecture, some law degree stuff, and
Okay, now, but wait, I'm going to go.
Palin.
You talked about other films and actors that were inspired by, either Clint Eastwood's performance or some of the dialogue. Are there any Dirty Harry inspired video games? 1990 NES issued Dirty Harry, a digital pinball game.
Really?
Whoa.
Pinball of all things.
Yeah, a side-scrolling shooter where players control. Oh no, it doesn't say a video. Okay, I don't know. Don't listen to AI. So Dirty Harry, NES, 1990, a side-scrolling shooter where players control Inspector Callahan navigating city streets and using his .44 Magnum. Okay, it's not a pinball. And then 1995, Dirty Harry Pinball. And then Death Wish Enforcers, a vigilante video game. Interesting. Other influences found in other video games include Max Payne. Didn't know there was a Max Payne video game.
Max Payne is a very good game. Max
the
Payne
first
is really good.
I don't think I played the third. There was a third, I think.
The terrible
only
movie
played
is
1 and
Mark
2.
Wahlberg, isn't it?
Oh, Marky Mark, come on. No, it is a bad movie. I actually saw that in theaters and it was terrible.
Interesting.
Marky Mark and Mila Kunis, if I recall. I think Mila Kunis was in that.
Is she?
See,
Oh, I
see
guess
how
you're-
our conversation takes us, even though we go off on tangents, it all comes back.
This started with wood paneling. Keep in mind.
It
I don't know.
did
I don't
start with
know
wood
what
paneling,
the. I
and
don't
then
know
a
what the
library
road
game.
Nothing
was.
wrong with
Oh,
wood
that's
paneling.
right. Then it went to
A
library
library game.
game. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That
There we
makes
go.
sense now.
Would
That's
Sandy
a
get
hell of a
library?
travel.
Would she do a library like this? There we go. Anyway, from that we get back to the
Gold
mayor.
phone, the
Oh, we got is that? Oh, we
golden
got, yeah, he's got-
iPhone.
where they are going to pay the demand this time because he's got the kids. So yeah, it's but I don't get this. He's up the game again, and he's still asking for 200,000. Wouldn't he go?
But he
literally
also
screw me
wants a
over?
jet,
Yeah, oh yeah. But
fully-
look at that.
fully loaded jet, ready to go.
When I was joining the Royal Air Force, this technology was so out of date, and they still used it.
Wow.
That is, I'm like, oh my god. Just like, no, it's in, like, because it was all off grid, it's all embedded, and like
Oh
so many
yeah.
of like that, and it's just like that. I remember going to Hascom Air Force Base, and they had a similar system, and I'm like, wow, this is taking me back. Oh, but yeah, so this time, like, it's they get verification of the driver, it calls their name, but this is where they go, yeah, can you be the bag man? And he's like, just no, go and screw. He's like, really, go screw yourselves. I'm not doing it this time. You need to end this guy. Not play around, play games. He's gonna kill more, whatever you give him, because and early he even says, why do you think he's gonna kill again? Because he likes it. Just because he likes it, nothing else. He doesn't have a motive. It's just because he likes doing it. So he goes off. Good. There we go. A little bit of bisons. There we go. And then we get the bridge again.
Gotta get the bridge. We're going over the bridge.
Going on the bridge. And again we get things sing along, except for one kid goes, I want to go home. He's like,
They're
don't you want
starting to
ice
freak
cream?
out. Yeah.
I want to go home. And then
He
beats
smacks him on the
up, and
head.
yeah, he smacks him over, and then he just does this song to himself. I'm gonna kill you all. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Whilst we getting off, and he goes, we'll take the next exit, and hopefully we get the picture of Callahan just standing there. No, we don't get a picture like that. So he jumps
How does
on.
he know? How does he know where the school bus is going?
Movie magic.
He's just on the right
magic.
bridge.
There we go.
Nice
I'm guessing there was a
bug
drop-off
shot
point
there.
that they said maybe that they knew that he would have to take that route. Maybe.
Nice Volkswagen there.
There we go. Oh yes. And then coming on, and then again a good ending because it's kind of like another where are we going to go to a quarry? So yeah, we're at the quarry. Have a little bit of a chase for the back and forth shooting. But it's all, again, he comes out, takes the kid. And then it's, him with a showdown with Harry of like, put your weapon down. I'm going to shoot the kid. And he lowers the weapon slightly and until, boom, like quickly. A good shot though, from that distance, sort of from that angle, bringing it up and getting a good shot. That is bloody good shooting.
Yeah.
I don't think any
Quite
professional
dangerous.
shooter would do that. And he gets him in the shoulder. Of course, he gets up to him. Again, Wimslin, idiot. But then, what we see in the first scene, he gives the same line. How many did I shoot? Was it 4? Was it 5? Do I feel lucky? Do you feel lucky, punk? But this time, he actually goes for the weapon, and of course, bam, into the water. And this is where, Callahan, takes off his badge, and then throws it away.
Can
2-2, 1-1.
Can I point something out here?
Yeah.
Well, if you go back one slide, earlier in the movie, somebody says to him like, "Oh, aren't you going to get a haircut or something?" This guy's got a great head of hair. I don't know why he would need I thought that the whole movie afterwards. His hair looks great. I don't understand why the guy was.
Gets
He was
in for the
acting like he had
70s, too long.
but it wasn't even that long. Like it was still to his still to the sides of his head. It's not like it was hanging down past his ears loose. I thought that was one of the weirdest little lines in the
Yeah, I
whole
do
movie
too.
was, could you get a haircut? I'm like, dude, this guy's got a great head of hair. Who are you talking to? I never understood that. And this is another perfect scene. I'm like, oh, that's a great head of hair. I didn't understand what this guy was complaining about. Sorry, just a little
Good
side
head
note.
of hair.
No,
That
you're
bothered
right.
me the whole
Yeah.
movie. I'm like, why are they making fun of this guy's hair?
You're right. It doesn't
You're like,
really make
I
sense.
like Clint's hair. I like
As
Clint's
a
hair.
person who also has a great head of hair, I defend.
Excuse me.
Yeah, another one, you as well. I defend. I think a lot of people who kind of pick on people who have good hair because they may not have as good a hair. I
I
don't like
think
that.
that's true. I do.
I don't like
think
that one bit.
So,
But that was my little aside for this.
yeah, the rant of the evening about hair.
Leave us good-haired people alone.
Yeah,
Come on.
seriously.
We condition it for a reason.
It's not easy.
1-1. Yeah. And yeah, he throws it off. And that is really it. The end of the movie. It's very a predictable ending. I must say that. But it's the ending of that. Sandy, you got the notes.
I do. Let me pop those up there. So
Also, by the way, chat, I'm sorry if I've been sniffling all stream. I can't help it.
you both sound okay. You've made it. You've both made it, even though you
got this.
told us that.
Yeah, I've been in and out of mute sometimes, but then I forget and I just realize I just sniffled
It
like
gets
3
to that point
times
where
in a
I can
row.
feel it going up here. And when you get, it's going to get really bad, tickly.
I think we've all done it. So I apologize too, as well, because I know when
I've done the best one when I got the flu halfway through.
That one was
you were
crazy.
busy. You
That
were
was the best one.
looped. It was just loopy. It was awesome.
The worst thing
though.
is, I remember my brain going, just talk. And my mouth just going,
It was not talking.
I don't. Matrix is
It
good.
was the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like,
It
oh my
was
God.
trying to
And my
talk,
brain's
but it
going,
wasn't quite
"You-"
coming out.
Yeah. And oh my God, I remember my calves. I always know when I'm getting ill, my calves go really get cramped up. And I just go,
yeah.
oh, I'll be okay. And then I'm just going, no. Got a cold sweat. I'm like, I can get through this. We got 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes in the movie left. We can do this.
You
And then
can
just
watch
go,
from the beginning of the
"Oh."
movie to the end and watch your deterioration.
It's so bad. It's just like, oh my.
No,
And then
it's going to be an
and then-
iconic
The
episode.
worst thing is, I would laugh at that because you don't realise the next day, Jade and my son left the house because I was that ill. They were like, "We're going to stay with my
We're
mum
out.
because you are contagious." And I was literally in bed for 3 days, and that was the worst thing. And the worst thing, because it was a Saturday, it couldn't have been like whilst you're at work. I want, if I'm going to be ill, I want Monday to Wednesday at least.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I've got my weekend. My weekend was
Right.
screwed, and that is it. Oh,
I've just never
that was
seen
one
it.
of the funniest.
I've never seen it
And when I
progress
look at it,
on
I'm
somebody
like,
like that
"That
in
is
real
amazing."
time.
Quickly, I know.
It was, you just went from normal stasis to just, oh, is he feeling all right? And then just, no, he is not feeling all right.
It's not. Please.
Iconic. When we're on episode 500 and we're doing our top 10
It's embarrassing. Though.
film club, it's going to be great.
Oh yeah, that's a top 10 moment for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I show my face, so you're lucky if you ever get I'm sniffling. You could have bogies and they'd be like,
Yeah,
right,
that's
no,
true.
go down
That's
here.
true.
You're fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
Sandy.
as
The
we
notes,
said, this
the
film
notes.
was released in 1971. If you couldn't tell from, all of the
From
everything
everything.
we've talked about, the music, the fashion, the cars, the hair, definitely a 1971 film. This was an original screenplay by Harry Julian Fink, Rita M. Fink, and Dean Reisner, based loosely on the Zodiac serial killings. It was directed by Don Siegel and Clint Eastwood. He's also credited
Oh, I didn't know that.
as a director on this film. We already talked about the stars. Oops, I spelled one name wrong. And obviously, very obviously, it was filmed in and around San Francisco. As for the numbers, it was made on a budget, and I was expecting to see a pretty low budget. It was made on a budget of $4 million, which is $34 million today. It made $36 million, a huge box office success. $309 million adjusted for inflation. It was the 6th highest grossing film for 1971. And in 2012, it was entered into the National Film Registry for its cultural, historic, and aesthetic significance. And as I mentioned earlier when we started watching this film, overall, my feelings about the film, I look at this film in two different ways, right? I look at it for the content and the quality of the film, but also for what it leaves behind in terms of capturing iconic San Francisco. And it definitely did that. Now, look at the top films of 1971. There are two films on this list I don't think I've ever heard of.
Billy Jack, what is that?
I've never heard of Billy Jack, and I've never heard of Summer of 42. Obviously, I've heard of Fiddler on the Roof, Diamonds Are Forever for sure.
Yeah, middle zone.
And The French Connection, another in this gritty kind of, crime/corruption drama. That one with Gene Hackman. A very similar film style. I wonder if when I look it up, we'll see some similarities with things like, the maybe the technical direction or the filming and cinematography. Maybe some of the same people worked on it. I don't know. But 71 is kind of a weird. Oh,
Yeah,
Daryl says
I'm
it's a
looking that
kung
up. Billy
fu
Jack.
movie.
What is this? Literally, I'm trying to.
Honestly, don't know.
Green Beret. Was it? Habitat expert saves wild horses from being slaughtered for dog food.
Holy moly!
And and it looks like a hippie cowboy thing, but the other like Summer 42. That's got to be
A war movie? I don't know.
War movie.
Yeah. So really interesting. And Daryl says John Vernon was in that one too. Yeah, 71 was a weird year because you had 1970. And if I'm
Jennifer-
remembering, you had
no.
Patton in 1970. I mean, you had some really huge films in
There we go.
1970.
Oh, there you go. Summer of 42 is on Nantucket Island.
Okay.
It's
No
about
idea. Is it a romance?
it is, yeah.
Oh my
Innocent
gosh.
it's
It's in
yeah,
your-
it's kind of
I've never heard of this.
a woman falls in love with a young boy. Yeah, it's a war bride kind of story, kind of thing.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah,
Never heard of that movie.
Quite
never ever
interesting.
heard of that.
No, so
Never,
that was 1971. So this one would have been number 6 right after that one. So yeah, definitely a box office draw.
I must say with this movie, before we go on to our things, we're going to end the poll soon, guys. So get onto the poll. This movies really does show that transition between the 1960s movie to the 1970s movies. Literally, this
Oh, I
like
think so.
you could carbon copy. This is till 1979. This is how Hollywood were like. Nope, that's our movie. Kind of. The look, the feel, the music. It's so 70s, and it's 1971, but they just went for it till
Yep.
into the late 70s. Go on then, guys. Who was originally cast
Tell us.
to play?
I
Harry
guessed
Connick?
Paul Newman. That was my guess.
So it was either Frank Sinatra, John Wayne, Paul Newman, or Burt Lancaster. It was Frank Sinatra.
I guessed Frank
Really?
Sinatra. I thought it was the weirdest guess, and I did.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
do you
gosh.
know why he pulled out?
I don't know.
The
'cause
mob.
Because
Ridiculous,
after
yeah.
writers in his hand, he wasn't able to hold the Magnum.
He's a small man too. Wasn't he kind of a
That's it.
small
How
guy?
weird would that have been? That movie would have been very, very different. The only person I could think would have done, Paul Newman,
Paul Newman.
and then maybe John, but John Wayne was right. He died 10 years later. Like what? No,
He would have been a little too
1979?
old in my brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how old? Yeah,
I
Maybe
thought Paul
Burt.
Newman, just
Yeah.
because it felt like a role he would have done.
yeah, but it would have been Frank Sinatra. Yeah, it's like
Interesting.
gone. That's a different look to the movie. So yeah, that's it. Go on then, Sandy. As it is we believe it's your pick. You can go first.
I think so. So this is our 74th film club
Wow.
review. And when I looked at this film, first I asked myself the question. No, not do I feel lucky, but I asked myself the question: is this film dated? Now it is. This film is dated in a lot of ways. The dialogue is not good or non-existent. The acting, frankly, is not good. Women in this film are used only as plot devices. And there are some critics today who would take that to the extreme and apply the non-existent fake Bechdel test to it, or would apply the fridging meme to it, which I don't ascribe to either of those, but this film certainly, lives up to the stereotype of using women just as a plot device. I'll ask myself a question again. Is this film dated? Is that bad? No, that's actually really good. It's really good that this film is dated, because for all the bad dialogue, the poor plot, the way it was written really around one quote and one person, this film does capture the 1970s. It captures San Francisco. It is actually a historical snapshot of San Francisco and could probably be studied for the art, the architecture, the music, the hair, the fashion, the cars, etc. I agree completely with the National Film Registry bringing this into our preserved set of films in the United States for its cultural, historic, and aesthetic significance. 100%. Do I recommend the film? Yes. Do I rate it highly? No. Originally, I was thinking around a 4.5, believe it or not. I've taken that up to a 5 just because the more we talk about it, I do appreciate that historic significance even more. And Jay, your early point right away about the Technicolor in this film and the whatever we call it, the revised version, the remastered version. I too, as soon as I put it on, I watched it on Prime. As soon as I hit play, I thought, oh my gosh, like right away, the color jumped off the screen. And I expected, and maybe I did expect, that kind of grainy gray that comes from films that aren't initially digital films. This was awesome. I think it's tremendous. So I give the film a 5. I give it a recommend. Not great for the reasons that we would hope, but really good as a piece of cinematic history.
Fair enough. Well said.
Go on, Jay. Go around the board.
So honestly, I don't fall too far from Sandy on the score. I think it's a movie that I enjoy. I really enjoyed rewatching it again, even with its flaws, and it does have its flaws, like Sandy alluded to, or actually, not alluded to, like Sandy pointed out. The acting's not great. I think Clint Eastwood is good in it, but the rest of the acting's not. I don't think it's awful, but it feels like very bland 70s acting. None of the other side. I mean, even Clint Eastwood's role isn't anything that's going to blow you away. It's kind of just him being him. The staring, kind of brooding, gravelly voice, kind of heroic sort of character, action hero character. So I don't think he's doing anything crazy, but I think it's kind of a quality kind of stuff you get from him. For me, the big flaws of the film come in the writing, specifically with the police work. It's a movie that's very much written in order to get Dirty Harry to do the things Dirty Harry needs to do to establish the character of Dirty Harry. So it's aptly named Dirty Harry because that is what the focal point is. And obviously it's inspired by the Zodiac events, but I don't think it does a great job at kind of trying to tell a version of the Zodiac story, because I don't think the focus is really on that. The focus really is on Harry himself. I think it would have been done better if they maybe focused a little bit more, and done better in terms of like the writing of the film and all that, if they maybe focused a little bit more on also kind of just finding a way to retell the gravity of that story, because Zodiac stuff is crazy. I think, like I said, I put the Zodiac movie on the list because it's just such a, in my opinion, a well-made movie, and also just such like a mind twister where you're just really like, man, this was such a crazy scenario. So I think that's more of an interesting story than like Dirty Harry being this cowboy cop hero. But this also isn't a Zodiac movie. Like, that movie is Zodiac. Its point is to, try to tell that story, as well as, the cop work that goes into it. This one is about, creating a story for Clint Eastwood out of a real life event. So, fair enough. They chose to focus on the Dirty Harry character. But with that in mind, like I said, it's that just the holes in the writing, especially the holes in the police work, do kind of jump out at you like, oh, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. They definitely wouldn't do it like that. This guy wouldn't have gotten away that many times when they have him cornered on a roof twice and all these different things. Even the scene where he gets stabbed in the leg, it's like, it's very convenient that Harry got beat up so badly that he couldn't get up at all. Even like the beating he took didn't look that bad. Like, for example, the beating Scorpio took from the guy he paid to beat him up was far worse. And he was able to get up and walk away and, go get ready to his next thing versus, Harry kind of got beat up less and wasn't able to get up and try to chase this guy. A lot of it just seemed plot driven in terms of we have to get to these points. Music, I thought the music was, I thought it was really good. I like that 70s music. It's not a standout per se, because I don't think there's enough of it to be a standout feature of the film, but when you get it in the movie, it's good. And again, I would point it out. This is a weird one. I just want to point it out, same as Sandy did. It's hard to give it credit because, it's not a fundamental part of the movie because the movie was made before and it didn't look like this always. But I would like to just say, if you get a chance to rewatch it, like Stasis, you watched it this time without watching the remastered version.
Yeah.
Or even if you're just watching this show because you've seen the movie and you didn't rewatch it, to get ahead of this show. If you are planning on rewatching it now because you watched this stream, or if you just plan to rewatch it again later on because you like the movie, I highly recommend checking out that remastered version because it looked phenomenal. I mean, as crisp and clear as it gets.
Really did.
But all in all, I give it a solid 6. I think it's got a lot of flaws. And I'll be honest, there's a little bit of biased grading in there for me because of the nostalgia I have for it. Like the story I told at the beginning of the stream with a neighbor I used to have who's, passed away since. He was the one who recommended it to me and all that. So it was a movie he really loved. So there's a little bit of that nostalgia that's baked into my score. I can admit that, and I'm okay admitting that. So I give it a solid 6. It's one I recommend. It's not going to blow your mind. It's probably not Clint Eastwood's greatest film. I'll be honest, I haven't seen too many Clint Eastwood films, so I really can't speak to his entire filmography. But it's a good one. I recommend it. The fact that it's in, I'm sorry, what is the historical film thing called again, Sandy? It's slipping my mind.
The National Film Registry.
Yes, the fact that it's in that, I think, speaks to it alone. Even if you maybe question if it deserves to be in it or not, the fact that it made it in, I think, speaks to the idea that it's definitely one to recommend. So I recommend it. I think it's a good watch. Every time I do see it, I think it's a good movie. It's not one that I ever walk away from being like, man, I got to go remind my friends to go watch this movie if they haven't seen it. But if it comes up in conversation, I will say, oh yeah, dude, you've never seen Dirty Harry? You got to watch it. It's a good movie. And again, I would definitely highly recommend to whoever I do recommend it, watch that remastered version because it just looked great. So yeah, solid 6, good movie, recommend it. That's that.
Yeah. Well said. Now it's weird for me because I always watch the movie twice, accidentally. One for the recording, for the screenshots, and then I watch it. Normally when I'm doing the recording bit, I make sure everything's okay, and I'm doing work, and then I'm like, I don't really pay attention. This movie, I literally was doing really important, and then I stopped. And 40 minutes had gone past, and I forgot I wasn't supposed to be watching it. I was actually just doing the screenshots.
It was kind of fast, yeah.
Yeah, and I was. That's why I do like this movie. I think because it engrosses you. Because the dialogue is tame. The acting doesn't really need to be there. Like Clint Eastwood's doing bad cop, but I'm got a morals, I don't know what you call it. But it doesn't need to be there. Like the dialogue is missing, the script is a bit lame, but I like the story. I like watching this movie. I think it's just one you can just sit back and watch for the first half. And I always think that because I got engrossed with the first 40 minutes, and then after the chase is kind of over. And I think this is where probably Jay's probably right. The new Zodiac movie that chase keeps on going. The mystery is still there. When you kind of get away from the mystery of this, it loses its appeal. It's a bit, it's Hollywood magic. The Hollywood magic happens. Things are put into place. Plot points are there. When are they supposed to be? Like now we all three of us do. We judge movies for Film Club a little bit different than we're just watching a movie. We dive into it more. But in this one, some of the plot points and some of like even when the judge goes no, it's a bit come on, that's a bit of a push to believe that. It's a good ride. I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I do recommend it. I think it's one of those ones. If there's a movie where you quote something in the real world that comes from a movie, you have to recommend it. And this, of course, it does. Is it great? No, it's not. Is it bad? No, it's not. Could it be great? Yes, it could. But this is 1971. So we take the movies at the period. Is it dated? Sandy said it and I said it earlier. Yeah, it is. Do I like it because it's outdated? I do. I like it because it shows that snapshot in time what Hollywood are doing, and it takes a snapshot of a San Francisco police department of what it was. It's not trying to like give something that it does we do these days. It's no, that's what it was. Solid. Sorry. Bang, bang, bang. So I like that. It's like it's a time warping. It's a movie that is a time warp to see a period of time, and you get hooked into it. And you get hooked into it is because Clint Eastwood has played better roles, but you get kind of his non-acting ability into this because he's just really bland. It's kind of, he makes him, you get drawn to his little adventure, I suppose, in this. Even though it's, yeah, have a weapon, have this, don't worry about it. I don't mind that. I take it, and I enjoy it. I forgot how much I liked this movie when I watched it again. It's like I was like, it's a mid movie, and I really enjoyed the first part. I was like, I like it. Then I was like, oh, that's where it gets dragged down. The last 40 minutes
chase
just drags that it was hard, that 20 minutes, because it's so predictable. There's no shock element into it. You know what's going to happen.
Right.
Like him standing up. Oh, how's he standing up there? It's all
like Batman.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's just like that. So I would like to score it higher. It's just the end bit. Oh, it's a bit too. Oh, you missed the point. You missed the point of your movie you were making. The music, I think it fits. It's generic. It's that generic 70s one. They do it really well, and it makes you feel like you're watching a 70s movie. So like anybody, I must say, because I would say this, like under the that 25-year-old, come on, just go and give this a punt. Go and give it a watch, because I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it, even though it's in a different era. For me, I go for the same score as Jay. It's a 6. It is. I like to score it higher. It's that last section that just drags it down. Unfortunately, a little bit into like that low thing, because I think it's iconic. Dirty Harry is like the magnum and all that. It's an iconic movie, so you're always going to recommend it. And it was a fun watch. It was one of those ones. Haven't seen it in a while, and you forget. You know what? I like this. It's not one that you go, oh, it's just a mid movie, but I didn't like it. It's not a great movie, but I liked it, and I think that's good. And on the back of this, the next day we watched the new Jurassic World movie, that Rebirth one. And that is terrible.
Oh my!
So
that's a hell of a.
I was like, this was a masterpiece compared to that. And the worst thing is with that movie, I'm normally the critique. I'm normally the one going, Jade went into one. If I could have filmed her rant in that, like that,
and she should have.
Yeah, I was like, great. You were like, you went into like neurotic territory with that rant then. Like, it was great. But yeah, from having something like, you know what, it's to see the quality of modern day movies where it's just like where they tried to do exactly the same, where plot point things in the direction to move the plot forward. but it doesn't make sense in that movie. But this, okay, it's not feasible, but you can kind of go, okay, I'll let it pass, and it doesn't spoil the movie. So I enjoy it, and that's one. It's a Dirty Harry when it comes on. I should switch them on, like even the sequels, like, because you know what, they're good in entertainment movies, and that's what cinema is. It's, you know what, you're being entertained. It's a bit silly, it's a bit stupid, but are you being entertained? Yes. So that's what this movie is. It's an entertaining movie.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to be groundbreaking. It's just a nice little crime movie with a little bit of action, a little bit of drama to make you go, you know what, I had a good night out on the cinema. And I think that's what they did really well. And that showed on the numbers, being like, it made a huge profit. So, there we go.
I do agree with your point about those last, 20 to 30 minutes to that. The whole last chase scene and all that. I almost kind of wish they, instead of doing that second chase scene, I wish they dedicated that 20 to 30 minutes to the middle of the movie and kept the Scorpio more of a mystery, because we see his face reveal and all that very early in the movie. So I wish they just kind of made it more of a mystery, leaned in slightly more to that, as well as the Dirty Harry stuff for those extra 20, 30 minutes, and just ended with the stadium chase. Like, I think that would have been a better structure for this movie, one that made it feel a little bit better in storytelling. Because you're right, that the scene with the bus, the jumping off the bridge, the fight through the gravel yard and all that, that is probably the least entertaining part of the movie for me. And it shouldn't be. That's, for them, in their mind, making it, that's supposed to be the grand chase, the climax of everything. And it just falls flat, because it's like, I just saw this chase already in the middle point of the movie. It was honestly done a little bit better. Like, there's a part in that chase where instead of just running up the ramp, he lays on the conveyor belt. And it's just like, did you guys think this was like a cool action shot? Like, I didn't understand why he did that. Like, the whole chase scene in that last part just didn't really work at the quarry there. Just really didn't work for me. And I do think it's a weak movie. So yeah, I agree with that. I wish they structured the movie or restructured a bit differently, where the stadium scene was the final one, and fixed the plot holes or the police work holes that, would have made that, be a proper ending where they could pursue him legally and get him in jail. And then just lean more into the mystery, because that again, it's not a Zodiac movie. It's just a movie that the stories are slightly inspired by it. So I understand why they didn't lean into it. I just kind of wish they had, because I think the mystery of that would have been more entertaining than the second fight scene or chase scene or whatever you want to call it.
Now, mentioning the gravel pit or the quarry, and Daryl even mentioned this film in the chat, Bullet. So you have a film like Bullet, the Steve McQueen film, that really showcases like every San Francisco iconic landmark. There's the chase through the hills and the streets, and here you get the city hall, you get some skyline shots. You don't get the real stadium. There's a football stadium there. Who knows what it was called in the 70s, right? Where the 49ers played. By the way, shout out to Baltimore. We never commercialize our stadiums. It will always be Camden Yards, and it will always be Ravens Stadium. But, this film, I wonder, like, were they not allowed to film in more of the iconic parts of San Francisco? And then that meant they were stuck at a no-name quarry and a high school football field. Like, what was, I just kind of wonder about that, because I thought the quarry itself really didn't fit. You kind of lost that whole San Francisco vibe, which was so important through the whole film.
Maybe they did.
It's just such a weird place for that to happen.
A serial killer. No, you're not filming here.
Maybe
in the 70s, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
When was the Zodiac Killer? When was that?
I would have thought
the late 60s.
Just before that, if this had to influence it. So just before that. So maybe like, nah, we don't want to touch that kind of
no,
stuff.
We don't want to.
Maybe. Oh, another thing I would say too, I think we've all kind of pointed out the fact that this movie feels like a slice of, not a slice of, but just like it's straight out of the 70s in terms of it. It's a part of this, like, I think we've used the term dated, saying that it's dated. I'd almost say it's more of a timestamp than dated.
Ooh,
it's kind of
it's
kind of time-stamped in the 70s, because dated just kind of has this negative connotation to it that it doesn't quite hold up. And I do think this movie holds up. I just think that, if you might have a hard time with some of the language in it. If you're, you can't kind of put yourself in the mindset of, well, this isn't now, this was then. So you might have issues with that, but I don't think there's an issue with the movie or the storytelling side of it in today's day that would make it considered dated. So I like to consider it more of a timestamp. This is just, it's just this was that time and that's what that time was type of thing.
I'm going to use that, Jay. I love that.
Feel free.
I love that. And actually,
to go in.
it leads right into something else I was going to share today. So if you'll all indulge me just for a minute.
Is it the typewriter? Please make it the typewriter.
Well, I actually sent that on the Discord, so I did send
perfect.
a picture of the typewriter.
I'm gonna look now.
Oh my word, that is phenomenal. I'm looking at it right now. That is phenomenal. I need to get one. I need to get one immediately. I didn't. So I've only seen ones that
we
just
got the
have
colored fountain pens next to the slide though.
Yeah.
Oh, just 2 of my many fountain pens. Yeah.
I've only seen the ones that have just the keyboard. I haven't seen them have like the paper area. That is awesome. That is fantastic.
Yeah. So the paper. Let me tell you what the paper area is. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sitting down?
Oh, I am.
You put your iPad there.
Brilliant.
And can be your iPad keypad as well.
Oh, brilliant! I need one.
I like that. Can you search the model? Can you? Yeah.
Is there a direct link? Oh, the name's right there. Perfect. Okay.
Oh,
I need one of those. That is phenomenal.
Sorry, chat. Everyone's gonna go and.
What are they talking about?
Hold it. Are you sponsored? Because that is a good little plug.
No,
I love that.
I should.
That's fantastic. I need one.
The little return paddle. If you wanted to, if you did click the return, the little hand thing, it would be a return button. But
that's great.
It does not ding, but it click. Listen, hang on.
I'll take it.
Ready?
I'll take it.
I can do my writing on that.
that?
That'd be better. I don't like writing on the keyboard. That'd be.
Yeah.
I want it. Yeah.
Yeah, it clicks.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
I like that. That is class.
But yes, sponsored by Quirky Writer. Hey, contact me, Quirky Writer, if you want to contact me.
Film Club could use a sponsor. Just saying.
While we were gone for 2 weeks, as we just happened to mention the National Film Registry, while we were gone, the Library of Congress in the United States announced the 2026 inductees into.
It better not be bloody Titanic.
But so I'm going to go from actually the more recent to the older. And you're going to see some films that we have on the wheel. You're also going to see at least one that we have reviewed. So, the Grand Budapest Hotel, which we have reviewed. The Loving Story I saw on television. Inception, The Wrecking Crew, The Incredibles. Yay! My favorite animated film of all time is The Incredibles. The Hours and Frida. So, any films on this list that Jay or James you're not familiar with?
I've never seen The Loving Story.
Same. I haven't seen The Loving Story, Wrecking Crew, or The Hours.
It's the Loving Story is about a couple whose last name is Loving, believe it or not. It's
Is
it McLovin?
No. If
it's McLovin, then I've seen that one.
No, much more serious. It's about a mixed race couple, one of the first mixed race couples in the United States to marry in a state where it was illegal to do so, and their fight to make that legal, to break down that ridiculous law.
I was going to actually type in. I was going to look it up. Then I was actually going to type the McLovin Story. Oh my god!
Definitely not that.
There's the sequel. There's the sequel to that movie.
Jay, there's the Truman Show.
Yeah, a couple of my movies are on this list. Grand Budapest Hotel and the Truman Show.
Glory's on there. The Karate Kid. Philadelphia. I don't know.
Clueless,
Before Sunrise.
That's one of Jade's favorites. Philadelphia.
Clueless kind of passed me by. Because I think they had a TV show too, if I recall. Didn't they make it a TV show as well?
I think they did. And it's a musical.
Clueless never got to me. Really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a musical. Yep. So
I always have the story of Philadelphia. Me and my mate, we were 14, went to cinema, missed the thing, what's on next, go Philadelphia, and we both come out there crying our eyes.
And never told any of your other friends about it.
I'm not crying, you're crying. I'm not crying.
Yeah, but that was it. Like, what? Tom Hanks,
they actually had us watch that in
Forrest
school.
Gump.
Yeah, that would have been that era for him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Back to back, didn't he? He won it back to back. The best Oscar, didn't he?
We watched it in high school, and I just remember thinking this is kind of a heavy movie for high schoolers, because I don't even think we were seniors at the time. I want to say that was like my freshman year. I was just like, damn, this is a heavy movie for a health class in freshman year.
It was a heavy time. It was
Mm.
that was it is a very, very heavy film. And then we get into some of the really old ones. Now, I'm quite surprised that 2 of these films weren't on the list already. I'm quite surprised.
The thing is,
I was surprised that White Christmas and Brooklyn Bridge weren't already on the list. So that was quite a surprise to me.
I've never heard of Brooklyn Bridge.
It's is it a Woody Allen? I don't know if it is a Woody Allen.
I don't like Woody
It's one
Allen
of those
movies.
slice of life growing up, you
Okay.
know, in that part of New York. White Christmas is not the film that the song comes from. The song comes from Holiday Inn, and then the film came after the song White Christmas was so popular, then they made the film White Christmas. I don't know 10 Nights in a Bar Room, and I don't know Sparrows. So now we're getting into, you know, Sparrows being a 100, well, and 10 Nights at a Ballroom being 100-year films, which is pretty flipping amazing. Oh, but wait, there's more. So this last batch, really getting into the beginning of cinema. The Lady, The Maid of Macmillan, The Oath of the Sword, and The Tramp and the Dog, a black and white, barely
1896.
viewable film from 1896 has been inducted into the
Wow.
National Film Registry. So for the films that are out of copyright, and that is everything from 1930 and before, so the 10 Nights in the Ballroom, the Sparrows, and the few films on that last page, they're all available. Most of them end up posting on Wikipedia because they're out of copyright, and you can find a link and you can watch the film. So please take a look at some of those really, really old films. But I think we have several that will come up eventually on the Wheel of Film that will be taken. I'm surprised only one that we have officially reviewed. You and I talked about Glory when we talked about our war films, but there's a lot of good stuff here, and maybe, who knows what the Wheel's going to give us today? Maybe it's one that's on this list.
Dum, dum, dum. Well, talking about the Wheel knows all, and we think we know the Wheel knows all, because Jay, did you realize if we didn't take time off, MASH would have been the second movie?
Yeah, I saw the chat.
And he
Robert
died
passed away
on the day before. So we would have reviewed a movie that he was on the day before. That was like, oh, that's a bit creepy. But yeah.
Yeah, I saw that chat in the Discord. Yeah, how unfortunately coincidental, but how coincidental.
And that's it. But was he 90? What was he, 90s?
Oh, he was good in it, as you guys say.
He had a great innings.
Good innings, as you guys say.
Yeah. Great innings. That's it. But
and what a great actor.
The 1970s MASH movie, courteous of Sandy's pick. Remember the what me and Jay realized we have like a Porky's vibe.
Yes. So, yeah, it's definitely got a Porky's vibe.
Let's go for the trailer.
A United States Army field hospital somewhere near the front lines.
Check this place out. See what the nurses are like.
That one, the sultry bitch with the fire in her eyes. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war.
Who are those men? Friends of yours, Rohart?
I think you will find these accommodating. They're quite dry.
Don't you use olives?
We do have to make certain concessions to the war. We're 3 miles from the front line.
This is the story of 2 indispensable military surgeons. They had the Army over a barrel. But did they take advantage of it? Yes. MASH, a motion picture that raises some important moral questions. And then, it drops them.
What are you two hoodlums doing in this hospital?
Well, what's the matter with her today?
Look, Mother, I want to go to work in 1 hour. We are the pros from Dover.
Somebody get that dirty old man out of this operating theater.
And then give me at least one nurse who knows how to work in close without getting her tits in my way.
I wonder how a degenerated person like that could have reached a position of responsibility in the Army Medical Corps.
He was drafted.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
His will be done. Oh, Frank, my lips are hot. Oh, kiss my hot lips.
We have got to share this with the rest of us.
Frank. Oh.
What the hell is that?
Oh, Frank. Wait a second.
What is it?
Turn the light off. No, turn the light
I should check with the military vicar's office. You see, I cannot give absolution to a man who is about to commit suicide.
Do you have any particular method that you'd recommend?
Black capsule.
Black capsule.
Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes.
This isn't a hospital. It's an insane asylum. My God, they've shot him.
Hot lips, you incredible nincompoop. It's the end of the quarter.
I'm looking forward to this one. MASH is something that I've never seen, and I've been long overdue to finally check it out. Between that and the series,
I must say, like that cast. If you had somebody went, "Here's your cast," I'm like, yes.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that cast. It's literally great. And you get a little bit of it, and I must say, like you get they switch the humor and the seriousness, and then you get it different. Like I think me and Sandy have both said they got that really condensed but right out. How many seasons was it, Sandy?
Oh my gosh, more than 10. I mean,
yeah, they just got it right. They got it right, and I think it's got to be one of the like if you had to put MASH the TV series, it has to be in your top 10 easily.
It's always in everyone's top 10, even top 5. I think overall,
it would be on the cusp. It is one of those ones that it's one of those ones where they got comedy and the real you're at war kind of right. You know, the seriousness and like how Jay used to finish like Breaking Bad did the comedy section, and then we're on about cartels and drug dealers and all that. Mm-hmm. They got it right. So it makes a good show. It's just not. Then even the movie, we got some great stars in there that have passed and all that, like Donald Sutherland. Just they're like, you're just doing great acting. You're just doing that. So I'm looking forward to that because I must say, I've watched it many times, but I've not seen it. I would say 15 years easily. So I'm looking forward to it.
I have to say, when it came up on the wheel, I couldn't wait, and I watched it right away.
Oh,
like 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna watch it again this week. But I watched it 2 weeks ago. Yeah. There we go. And and also Jay. So was it Amazon Prime or was it Netflix? I think it was Amazon Prime as well. Same reaction on the I don't know if it's remastered or not, but
good to know.
The cinematography holds up. Yep.
Good to know. Yeah, I have to imagine by now they've remastered a lot of these.
I must say, I remember watching it and it was a bit has that crackly
that grainy.
Effect. Yeah, it was. It's not. Yeah, I don't.
I don't have an issue with that either. Like I can accept that as part of the time when it was filmed. But it's just like I said, I was floored when I saw how sharp Dirty Harry looked. So that's great to know that they did it with MASH as well.
11 seasons. 11 seasons.
So just totally coincidentally, when I was on my trip to Alabama this week, I met a colleague, and we had been talking about our career paths, and before coming to my company, she worked for Technicolor, and she did the contracts and things with that company. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I started talking about, a little bit about film club and film. And she said, well, she didn't get in any of the technical stuff, but kind of the transition from what they used to do back in the day, which was literally, the color for film. And now it is all the digital remastering and cool stuff. So that is just so cool. Whatever happened to Elliot Gould? Is he still alive? He was in the Ocean's films, right? Let's see, Elliot Gould.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He's the beardy one.
Oh my word! This is the same guy
from the Oceans.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was Ross and Monica's father in Friends.
Yes.
I did not know this was him.
He plays always in
hilarious.
TV's the generic Jewish guy.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's fair to say. He usually
86.
does.
He's 86.
Oh my word!
86,
I didn't recognize him. Oh, he is hilarious. Now I really can't wait to watch this. He is just so funny. His comedic timing is great. He's fantastic in Oceans too.
Yep, the Hawkeye.
Oh, that is awesome. I did not
Trapper
realize
John.
that was him at all. He looks so young. Well, obviously he was younger, but looks so young and MASH that I've only seen him in pretty much Friends, Oceans, and just more of his modern. I guess
look at some more.
I don't even know if that's considered modern since those are both so old, but more modern than MASH.
No, he's a comedy actor. He's
brilliantly funny. He is
Very
hilarious. Hilarious.
Very
that is so cool. I can't wait.
He was
I
in
really can't wait to watch
Capricorn 1. Okay, anybody remember Capricorn 1?
Oh, I
do not.
I remember watching it, but I don't remember it. It's that bad. Not great, is it?
And he was in. Oh my gosh, yeah, he was in a lot. He's been in a lot, and a lot of television too. So he's one that kind of, kind of bopped back and forth. And then I don't know if you noticed the priest in the trailer who would have been playing Father Mulcahy. That's Rene Auberjonois, who plays Odo in the Star Trek world.
Yes.
In Deep Space Nine. And
I was sad when he passed because he was young, wasn't he?
He did too, not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Or was that a little longer ago? I don't know.
10 years ago. I bet you it's 10 years now.
Oh goodness, maybe
That's it. Yeah, that would be a great actor.
Oh my God, he died. Oh no, that can't be right. He died in 2019. It seems
there you go.
more recent than that.
Yeah.
But he and Sally Kellerman and probably a few others in the cast, obviously stage actors first, right? And you mentioned the quality of the cast because there were, stage actors in this cast as well. And I'm sure we're going to find, I haven't dug into this, I'm sure we're going to find individuals who served in either Korea or World War II. And that was also part of the kind of authenticity around the television series, is that you would have actors coming in who were those actors who you knew had served. And
Sandy, stop. You're going to say this all next week.
I know. You're right. You're
getting off. I've already watched it. I want to talk about it.
You're telling me to not go on a tangent? Look who's talking, mister. You're right.
I do that. I'm like, you know what? I think we had a movie. I was like, I just watched this 2 weeks ago. I'm ready to go.
That's why,
Ready to go. Oh, but yeah. But I'm going to say it literally. This is going to be our first, it's March. We got MASH, then another March. Come on, Western. Come on,
Daryl.
We were so close, and we're going to get one. And the worst thing, it'd be one I don't really like. Or it'll be one of your picks, or Jay's pick. Now, Jay, your Western knowledge is not that great, I'm going to guess.
No, not good at all.
If it comes up, Jay's Western pitch, I'm like, there we go, done. There we go. But anyway, for the sake of Daryl, maybe we can do this. But you know
Come
what?
on.
I must say that we've had some genies with the wheel. I've missed the wheel.
I've missed the wheel
I've
too.
missed the wheel. I've missed what? I liked it when I'm like, I know what I'm watching today. I know what instead of having to flick through down, the crap. What's on Netflix? It's also crap. Prime, crap. I'm just gonna watch something I've already watched again. That's it. But let's do this. Let's hope it's something amazing for Daryl. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Jay, good luck.
Interesting, Jay.
Okay.
We said this. We all said this was going to be the hardest pick.
No,
that anybody
honestly,
got this.
Honestly, I've been waiting for this because I feel like there's
Oh.
actually some really good choices for this, and I was looking
Put it in the
forward to being
private
able
chat
to
so I
put
can get
some
the
up.
trailer up. Go on.
No, the problem is I don't
You're
have it
gonna-
yet. I have to really
Ooh.
think because there's.
Go on. Take a moment. Take a moment. You've
No,
only got 6 years. You've only got.
I'm
6
gonna
years
be
to catch
honest
on.
with you. I might need to take more than that. I might have to.
Ooh, okay.
This might have to be a
surprise.
Something I reveal next week. Yeah, because
Okay.
I really want to make sure I don't just pick the first good one that comes. Like I really want to find something really, really good that's come out since 2020. So I may have to. This might be the first one where I get back to you guys on this next week. I'll probably tell you guys in Discord this week when I think of it. But we'll let chat.
Oh
know,
no! Don't you reveal it?
Or do you want me to
reveal
just
it.
you want me to just
Sneak
reveal it to
in.
everybody?
Reveal it. Dum dum dum.
All right, we'll do that then. I won't reveal it to you guys ahead of time. We'll wait for next week, and I'll have my answer then.
Is there any Jay? Is there any good westerns you've seen since 2020?
No,
2020?
no, it's not. It's unfortunately not going to be a Western,
No.
Daryl. I wish, but it's not. I've got like I'll give you like Iron Claws buzzing around my mind. Godzilla -1 is another one that's like some of those are buzzing around my mind, but I really want to kind of focus in on something. I don't want to just pick one of those because they're the first two to my mind.
Hold it.
Because I think this is.
Can we do it? Can we do it? Hold it. So can't do it. I was going because this would be the 14th of March. Yeah. The 14th of March
yeah, that
is
sounds right.
Project Hail Mary. We could have done that.
Oh, no kidding.
We will the next week then. I think this is a film club required watching.
I would do it. I'd be fine if we wanted to fit one of those in. I'm totally fine with that.
The worst thing, I'm going to a football match. I won't be able to see it on the 14th, but I can
Oh
probably do
no!
it soon. But
no! It's not released in the U.S. until I thought it was the next week. It's not released in the U.S. until the next week.
Okay, that's great.
Oh, that works
It's
out then, kind of. No?
It's the 14th in UK. 100%, it's 14th.
March 20th in the U.S.
I mean, I'm down to do that if we want to do a special like outside of the wheel.
But that also then means, Jay, you have to watch The Martian again.
Yeah, that's fine. I could find some time to do that.
All we have to do it. We have to see. Okay, Jay's pick and then that pick.
Yeah,
if
we can do that.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna give this some real good thought this week. I really want to pick because I've actually been. I feel like I've been finding there's more good stuff than I think people realize still coming out. It's just getting buried by bad stuff.
Gem.
Yeah, so like I really want to put some effort into like giving a real good movie to remind people that it's not all crap out there. There are good gems. Unfortunately, we have to sift through some more shit, for lack of a better term, to find it. But there's some good stuff out there still. So yeah, I've been waiting for this pick. This is a good one. I just wasn't prepared. I've been waiting for it, but wasn't prepared for it. It caught me off guard.
I think I would get mine. I know mine. And mine's a foreign movie.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so I know.
Well, if I were to pick Godzilla -1, it would be foreign as well. So I mean, fair enough there.
There you go.
But
Sandy, would you know your pick?
Dunkirk.
Is that 20?
Was that
2020?
I thought that was before 2020.
Was that before 2020?
I thought it was just before. I want to say like 2018 or 17.
It might be 2017.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I may not have a film. I may not have a film after 2020.
There you go. I know my what's it, the guilty pleasure pick. I know that.
I know what it would be. What would be your guilty pleasure?
I'm not telling you.
No, you don't tell us.
And I guarantee you've seen that movie, Sandy, more times than I have.
Ooh.
And not for reasons you would think of.
Oh, not because it's. Oh, I don't know.
There you go. When you go, you'll be like, "Oh my god, I've seen that movie so many times."
I do know what my film after 2020 would be, and maybe it would. Maybe you would. Well, it's the 2022 version of All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Because it was quite good. Obviously, not as great as the original, but
if I didn't know my pick, I would throw Frankenstein in there now.
That's up there. Hey, you guys might even get K-pop Demon Hunters out of me. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows?
And I've not seen it, so there you go.
Yeah. So
hey, that would be awesome.
This is interesting. This is interesting. I'm really excited about this pick.
Chat for Jay. We got a little bit of fun. We got a little bit of fun. We have to wait. But then
I do promise that I'll have it ready for next week, though. I won't forget.
At least it's not one of those ones when I had to like the what do you hate?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And she went, it's Twilight. Oh yes, it is. Oh my god. That's it. Hold it. Do you two have the hate one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one in mind, but I kind of really don't want to watch it again. The one that comes to mind every time I think of it is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really hated that movie, but I don't know if I want to sit through it again. It was so bad. I don't know how it swept up at the.
We had to watch Twilight. We had to watch Twilight.
I'd almost rather watch Twilight again than that
Twilight.
movie.
I read it. You all.
If I
read it. Okay.
Jay,
if I pick Twilight again, does Sandy have to read the book again?
Do a book. Yeah, Twilight number 2.
Number 2. Yeah.
The moon. Whatever it's called.
I don't know.
Well, like I said, that actually helped me to rate the film half a point higher because the book couldn't have been any worse. Like if I hadn't read the book,
please pick 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh Jesus, no.
The writing in that.
I've not read it, and I'm not. Going
Jay read it, and she was like, "What does this word mean? What is this?" And she even was like, "I don't get why this is sexualized and people getting. Oh my god!" She's going, "It's absolutely terrible. It doesn't make sense. It's literally. It's really." She was like, "It's so bad." I was like, "That's you going with the direction of people." Yeah, it's and it's an awful movie. Absolutely, I had to sit through that. I was like. Yeah, terrible. Whatever your click is, let's say. That's it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to MASH. I'm gonna go for. I probably then will. I don't know. I'm guessing. What is there a streaming service that has the MASH the TV series? It's got to be on Prime. You would expect it's on Prime.
TV series.
I don't know who did the original one. Like, did it originally?
Let's see. Hulu has it right now. So unfortunately, that means Disney owns it for a moment, at least.
Okay. Well, we're getting that free. We're getting, apparently, for my TV service, we're getting HBO and Disney and Hulu all for free.
Interesting.
In March. Yeah, because their subscription must be that bad. And then they increased my bill by £3. I was like, for that, so I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna whatever.
Well, you've got HBO. That means you have access to The Sopranos.
No, that's already given because we already have that on one service already. So,
you've got that already.
It's really weird. All the top shows we already get on our service already.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's like that. I need to go through that. I do need to rewatch that
game.
Do. It's like it's one of those ones like it's I need to.
If you do, let me know and I'll start again. I think I've watched the complete series 6 times.
Right.
And every time I find something else, like a new thread in the story. And people who just watch it for the guns and gangsters and everything else, they definitely get something out of it. But then, I just remember watching and thinking, oh, when he goes in the psychiatrist's office, that is the most boring part. Actually, no, that's actually the most interesting part after you've watched it so many times. So anyway, The Sopranos are just amazing.
I'm currently rewatching Next Generation. I'm now on season 2, and I'm also doing Broadwalk Empire again.
Oh, awesome! So season 2 and 3 get so much better than season 1 of TNG is so clunky, and then it kind of gets so much better. Love it.
There we go. But Jay, your homework is The Martians, and tell us what movie, what 2020 movie?
Yeah,
you could send us. I could do
both of those.
You could send us to the cinema.
Unfortunately, I've been so busy I don't even know what's in the cinema right now, so I couldn't.
Don't say Wuthering Heights. Don't say Wuthering Heights.
My wife actually went to go see that. She wasn't very impressed.
No, it's only my girlfriend's friend. She made all the leather work for all the dresses, so she knows.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But she's everybody who's played the host. It's not a very good. It's not it's completely different, but the costume design is really, really good. So I'm guessing that's going to win costume design for the Oscars. And
Well,
who
I
cares
hope
about
so.
the Oscars? No. And I only care about the Oscars if they sit a person at the front row who's got Tourette's. That's why I'm going to
Oh my
watch it.
gosh.
Because that was more interesting than watching the BAFTAs, because I completely forgot the BAFTA was on and I didn't watch it. And I wouldn't have watched it anyway. Because the worst thing is, none of them top movies I don't even care about watching.
I don't even know which ones are up for it this year, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
exactly.
Don't even.
That's bad.
Don't even.
So there's that.
And the one that was
But if-
the Oscar one, Sinner, it's one of the worst. It's one of my top 10 worst movies.
I do still
watched.
Really, wow. I do
Top
still want to
10
watch that
worst.
just to
It's
see.
terrible.
But I
It's
haven't
terrible. It's so bad. Hey, little baby.
Yeah, he just got out of bath time and it's bedtime, so he's giving his last few energetic yells of the day.
Yeah. Anyway, so from last time we had a break for the Winter Olympics. I must say, I'm going to go back to sports a little bit here. And last time, Boston played Montreal. Sandy, what's tonight?
I don't know.
Is it Capitals
Caps
versus Montreal?
versus- Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
is it? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
so
go
sorry. I
Caps.
didn't even know. Let's go
Yeah,
Caps.
yeah.
Rock the red. Let's rock the
You
red.
only want that because you'll blow.
Honestly, I will say
Our
this.
division's great.
Besides
Our
the
division's
rivalry,
great.
I am an Ovechkin fan. His career
You
is
have
just
to be.
phenomenal.
This,
Phenomenal.
I always think this, like, I don't like politics or whatever. I do miss having the Russians in the Olympics for the ice hockey. That they would have caned everybody. Like their who's in their
Brutal.
Russian one is absolutely would have been awesome. It's like that Ovechkin and all that. Oh, can you imagine that? The Olympics, it would have made a great. The semi-final matchups would have been brilliant. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is for politics reasons. Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, it's like that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'll be watching it for the rest until I go. It's one of those ones, Jay, you said when you get to gaming, you're like, I've got to call it. I've got to call it.
Yeah,
Like
at
that.
some point
And
you
it's
just
one
got to
thing, 'cause
tap out.
Yeah, well, that was it, because I was watching the Montreal Boston game last time. I was like, we're going to cane them. This is brilliant. And then I woke up going, how the hell did that happen? That third quarter must have been brilliant.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
was
something.
like, oh, fair play. And I watched the highlights. I went, yeah, okay, fair play. Like, that's it. But that's why I like ice hockey. That's why I like ice hockey. 'Cause you're not always
It's a fun game.
The team
It's
of
a
the
fun
day.
game.
That's it.
Well, that's
yeah.
the thing. I mean, even look at U.S. Canada. It's not always the best team that wins. It's just the best team that played. Sometimes it's not even the one who played best that game. Sometimes it's just for a period.
US. I kept saying, like, when it was they playing, I was like, no, I think their favourites are the US. I think they've got it. I think they've got it this year. They seemed more a team coherence, where the Canadians seemed great players. They just didn't seem like they had a unity of a team like that, whereas the US did. I just think they just ground, like some of the early matches, they just grounded out the wins. They just got, we're going to do it like that. So yeah, fair play.
The power
Fair
play
good
stats
win.
were great. 100% clean on power plays, penalty kills. Excuse me. That's a really impressive stat, and that can do wonders for a team. I mean, when you're talking about keeping 100% clean on penalty kills, and you had a 5-on-3 power play for Canada that you killed.
Goalie
And,
was
I mean,
amazing.
that's kind of how you grind out some of those wins that maybe you shouldn't really even win. You do things like that, can lead to some great stuff. So it was an awesome game.
Yeah, it was fun, very fun to watch, and it was quite interesting to the commentators. I don't like. I must say, it is so bad when you get like the British commentator when they're trying to do a fast sport like that and they can't keep up, but they're like,
because you
like
used to,
golf.
yeah.
You're like, you don't know how to do ice hockey.
It makes you appreciate the American commentators who are
like,
just
over the top.
I mean,
You know, like,
especially in hockey, because that puck moves, you have to go fast.
Yeah, and
fast.
I like the like you get South American, like when they do soccer, like for like oh god, to go over the top. Like, you need that
something
like,
the signature.
It was good. Yeah, and it was good to like get like they kept them trying go to there are ice hockey clubs, go and promote them, go and have a look now. Like they're in their season, they're coming up to the playoffs and like that. So yeah, it was funny to go and get people go and watch ice hockey. Go on, it's a great sport to watch, and it is great. It is literally, and especially like over here, we kind of get the third tier. I was guessing NHL. Then you get Europe, and then you get the British League. Like that. That is probably the order. Anybody in Europe, like, is like they get scattered, but we get the ones who are like they can't really skate, and they're just, they're never going to get anyway, but they can do enforcement, and they literally just fight. They can't really do much. So like watching me, like, this is great. It's just another fight. Like one guy literally did a slapstick and jumped into the the dugout thing for a fight once. Oh, it was brilliant. I was like, this is great. I think it was like Coventry Blade. Was it Coventry? Is it Coventry Blades versus Cardiff Dragons? And they just literally, sod the match, and they just went into like this slapstick of like, everybody just have a fight, and then and then I was like, does anyone remember what the score was? And I was like, some guy was like, I don't know, the screen's gone off. Like, it was that bad.
No one even cared at that point.
Yeah, but it's great because like you can get, because all of them, they like, because they're more like ice skating rinks. You can just walk around the thing, get really close if you want. It's brilliant. So it's it's the I'm guessing you're like high school but worse of ice hockey in the British arena thing. But it's funny to watch. But then I go to even watch like the basketball over here. I mean, you get the Americans that just aren't good enough, and they're like, oh yeah, it's because you're 5'11". Like, that's why you're no good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on that note, Sandy, as the weather is getting much better, what's your walk? What is your walk?
Oh, today was Preston, Maryland, a little tiny town on the Eastern Shore. Yesterday, I had a total disaster stream. Who would have known streaming in a small town between two mountains would not have a signal, but oh well, that happened. But we recovered and went to another small town. So tomorrow is an in day. Got a lot of work around the house to do. So just hoping to get out one evening this week and check out some sunset views somewhere. So check out my channel. Thank you. Jay, what do you got going?
Honestly, I have been so busy the last like 3 weeks, so I haven't had much planned. And it sounds like I'm about to be busy as
You've
soon as I
got
get off this
shorts
stream.
coming out, though. We see
yes,
your
the shorts.
Yeah,
the shorts I've been
yeah.
doing just to try to keep something going. Videos, I just haven't had time to sit down and do one. So something soon, hopefully. I've got a few ideas in my mind. I just got to get the time to do them. Just super busy lately, but something soon, hopefully, and more shorts. Those are a little bit easier and quicker to kind of get out. So
I like the
definitely
music. I
some
like
more
the retro
shorts.
music.
You can't
music.
beat
I
it.
probably watch it if you don't like.
Yeah, all the little.
Yeah, you can't beat it. The Zelda music is so good too. I love it. But yeah, so more of those for sure. It sucks because I actually had a really video that did really well for my standards, at least, right before I just got so busy with work and life and all that. So it kind of feels like I just had some momentum and then dropped it. So, we'll try to build up that momentum again. And,
yeah, what was that one? It had over 2,000 views.
Yeah, it was a Pokemon and Pal World.
Yes, it was the Pal World video.
Open-ended kind of thought video. And did well, and I was so happy with it. And then I just got so busy.
Going on, they got like a
30th anniversary. Yeah, 30. Well, they had a Pokemon Presents presentation the other day on the anniversary because it's the 30th anniversary for that. So it's a big crazy because I was in the generation that got that when it came out. So to think it's been 30 years is why. And I was a massive Pokemon fan. I still am, obviously, if I'm doing videos on it, but.
Pokemon, was it Magic the Gathering, all that came out, and I still remember going, "What are they talking about? What is this?" And then
and people thought they'd be worthless, and they'd go away.
If I bought a pack now, oh my god, just one pack, just literally.
I can't say this with 100% certainty, but I do believe Pokemon is the biggest IP in the world, or at the very least, it's one of.
Yeah.
But I do believe it's the biggest. So to think, 30 years later, it's that is crazy.
Japan, like probably Thailand, all that kind of.
I mean, even here in the U.S., still massive. I mean, honestly, it's a problem here in the U.S. with scalpers and trying to actually get packs in the store. The scalpers have gone just wild with it, and you cannot walk into a store and find packs sitting on the shelves anymore, which is a shame. And hopefully, it doesn't do long-term damage to the hobby.
Aren't they changing something to do? Oh, they said they're going to change something so they can't do it anymore.
They've tried a few things. They've tried limiting it in stores, and these guys are just, or these people, not just guys, but these people. I use guys in the general sense, but these people they find their ways. It's what they make their money off of. So they will do anything to find a way to get these packs. And multiple people in to go get the packs if they can only, if the store says it's a one per person limit. It's just, it honestly sucks because as a kid, you could, even up until 2020, 2021, at the 25th anniversary is when this really got bad. Because a lot of social media influencers like Logan Paul started getting into Pokemon and all that. So it kind of just in 2021 at the 25-year anniversary, it just gained a whole new breath of life that kind of sparked this whole money value associated with the hobby. So now it's all about the cards and the selling and all that. So of course, scalpers saw that and came right to it. But up until then, you could walk into any store any given day and there'd be a bunch on the shelves. You could pick up your packs and go. And now you can't get them. You can't get them online. You almost have to get them through the secondary market, and it's upcharged to like crazy. And it's sad because it feels like that's going to keep a new generation from getting into it. If my kid was older right now at the point where he liked Pokemon, he's obviously too young for it at this point. But if he was at an age, or if you have a kid right now who's at the age where they want to get into it, in order for you as a parent to buy it, you pretty much have to go to the secondary market, which the upcharge is crazy. So you worry that a lot of parents, or I worry that a lot of parents aren't going to be willing to pay that, and a whole generation might lose out on it. And you don't know what that then does to the hobby because, at some point, what new group of kids is getting to grow up with Pokemon if they can't get their hands on the cards. So I'm personally am a bit concerned of what it'll do to the hobby. But, we'll see. I just remember what Pokemon meant to me as a kid. So it does pain me. And again, I still love it to this day. I'm not the biggest fan of it to this day in terms of like, there's some super fans who are way more into it than I am at this stage. But I am still a fan of it. Like there's a new game coming out this week called Pokemon Pokopia, which is like it's almost like an Animal Crossing, but with Pokemon, or like a Stardew Valley. It's like a life sim, like a Minecraft type of thing, but for Pokemon. And I'm really excited about playing it, doing a review on it, all that kind of stuff. So like, I still have my love for it. And to this day, I wish I could, start collecting the cards again, but they're just not there to collect. So, I do worry again with how much it meant to me as a kid. It pains me to think that, other kids might miss out on it because adults and grown scalpers have just turned it into a business that now people can't get their hands on it at an affordable price. So hopefully it doesn't affect the next generation of potential Pokemon fans, and kids get to have as much fun with it as I got to have with it when I was a kid. So we'll see. That's, but outside of that, regardless, that's kind of the unfortunate side of where the IP is right now, at least in the trading card side of it. But there's a whole lot of stuff going on for this 30th anniversary. So if you are a Pokemon fan, even if you can't get your hands on the packs, maybe you're more of a Pokemon game player or things like that. There's a lot coming out this next year for them, or on the horizons, at least. Maybe it's not all this next year, but there's a lot, So, I don't know how I just got into talking. Oh, the video. Yeah, my video was about Pokemon and Power World. That's what it was. But yeah. So
good video.
That's what that is. Thank you. But yes, more coming out just as soon as I can carve out some time for it.
Good. For myself, I need to do more jumping. I'm guessing I need to finish that Rainbow Gate game. But I need to do Red Dwarf. I keep saying this, and I really need to do it out of probably respects now for Rob Grant. He died 3 years ago. He was the co-author and co-creator of Red Dwarf, and he's got his book coming out. So he wrote a book and died suddenly, literally. So he got through the court case to do his own thing, won it, did his own book, and it's not even published yet. And it's about to be published, and he died 3 days ago, very suddenly. As my channel is named after a Red Dwarf episode, slightly. I need to do it. I keep saying I don't know why I haven't done a Red Dwarf.
You haven't done a Red Dwarf, no.
Yeah, so I need to do it by either episode or by series. So I'll have it like that. But it's So I did put the Red Dwarf top on. For a little bit out of respect, because that's for me, especially. I'm guessing it not so much in the Americas. It's very a British.
No, we really didn't have it here.
Things, so Red Dwarf for us. We like anybody that Boys from the Hood, the Dwarf, sorry, like that. It's a thing. So I've got to do that. I might do a new series as well. I'm thinking of not ones that are in Film Club, of course. But ones are just called probably Late to the Game. is like reviews that I didn't watch when they first come out, movies or TV series that are flipping awful, because that mind me like that bloody Jurassic World Rebirth. Wow, that's something to be talked about, because it's that bad. It is that bad. Yeah, it's so I might do that as like a pre-record, because again, like Jay, we're all busy. It's getting busy. It's everybody's hunting for work to be done, stuff to be done before Easter. That's it. So
oh God,
yeah,
I didn't even think of the fact that Easter's around the
Easter's
corner.
coming. We're
I'm
in
just
Lent
dealing with
now.
regular stuff too.
You're lucky
Throw
because
that
your
on
kid
the
doesn't
list.
get time off school. We got like they got time off school now. So,
Oh, my kid's on spring break. In fact,
There
she
we
comes
go.
home tomorrow, so I get to see her because she's on spring break this coming week.
There we go. But yeah, another great. I miss Film Club. I'm going to say
it's
it.
I
fun
did
to be
too.
back. It's always good to be
I
back.
missed it. I'm like, oh, and Jade also missed having time off away from me every Saturday.
Happy to help, Jade.
And that
We
was it.
do what
She
we
was like-
can, Jade.
And it was lucky because she was like, and I went, oh, you're lucky. You got to watch Bridgerton, haven't you? She was like, oh, and I said, and that thing is absolutely awful. But she liked watching it when I'm not there, so she's binge watching Bridgerton.
Speaking
so
of
that's
TV
it.
shows, you know what I've been watching lately? So I am somebody. So this is an aside right before we go. So I have been somebody who was very.
Guess who is 70? Me.
Daryl.
Is that their birthday?
You're not a day over 30, Daryl.
There you go.
In spirit, 100%.
That's why I say I'm 30, even though I had my birthday very, very recently.
What were you saying, Jay?
Oh, happy belated birthday! Oh yeah. Oh my God, Stacey, I'm sorry. I apologize. I
Happy
forgot that was
birthday. Oh
one
my
of the
gosh, baby.
weeks. Right, you had mentioned that's why we were taking one of the weeks off. Sorry, happy belated birthday. Sorry about
That's
that.
all right. Somebody remember late.
I'm telling you, I've been in like just in a whirlwind under a rock, all
That's
of it.
fine.
I've been in my own world lately. I totally forgot. Sorry about that. But what I was going to say was, so I'm somebody who felt so disappointed in the ending of Game of Thrones that I have not been able to touch that IP
Nope.
franchise
Me
at
either.
all. I have not been able to get into it. I haven't had interest in going back and rewatching it. Like it was so bad that last season and the ending that I could not bring myself to care about that franchise or IP anymore. However, a few friends of mine who have stayed in tune with it with House of the Dragon and now Night of the Seven Kingdoms, they've raved about House of the Dragon. And I've been like, I'm not ready to go back. It's a prequel. I know what it all leads up to, which is a horrible ending for a show. Like, do I really want to watch it? So I skipped out on House of the Dragon. Then they started raving about Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And I'm like, am I being, and at that point I was like, am I just being too stubborn? Like, these are two new shows now in the same world that people are really liking. Like, maybe I'm just being too stubborn. So I gave it a shot. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, I've watched
so
it.
much so that it's got me to go back and watch House of the Dragon. And I'm really enjoying that now too. So that's kind of been the nighttime show I've been watching the past week. Well,
Same as us.
past week and a half or
we
two.
actually are, because
It's good.
House of the Dragon is coming out very
it's coming around the
season
corner.
3, isn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
So I'm two
we're
episodes into
rewatching to
season
catch up.
2. Oh, perfect. I'm rewatching. Not rewatch. I'm watching for the first time, and I'm 2 episodes already into season 2 now. Really good. It's a reminder to not be stubborn. Give things a try, because I was being too stubborn about it. I didn't want to give it a try, and man, I've been enjoying. Oh God, this is something I'm not going to like.
There's a massive time jump, and you're like,
okay,
why did I
You
do
had
that?
a reason to be stubborn, because
Right.
and
In
it's,
fairness.
it's not just about disappointment about the ending or disappointment that someone made a bad product. It's disappointment because he didn't finish the flipping book.
Well, that's the other side
That's
of it, right?
the core of my
It's that,
anger
but like
over
that,
this.
them last 2 seasons, probably
they
season and a half, they
that's
just
the thing
went
is
all over the place, and
they just didn't care.
Yeah,
The
they
books
did,
were
just wrap it up, didn't care, and
that's the thing. It's like, I get that he didn't finish the books, and that sucks. But they could have
He'll never
had better
finish it.
writing to finish the story that was there anyways. Like,
there were plenty of ideas.
It's still not an excuse for how poorly they wrote those last couple seasons, especially the last season.
But
so
how
it
much
just
money
turned
they
me
can
off
make
from
if
the
he-
whole
If
franchise.
he finished that book and that the books were well received, then the cry out to remake the last 2 seasons,
and that's exactly
would
what
be
will happen.
mad.
That's
And
exactly
it.
what will happen.
But as I was, Jade's probably right. She's probably went that he pitched the book to the showrunners. I can't remember the name, but
Benehoff. Benioff.
And
I always say it wrong.
I think that was his idea. And they wrote it out because he didn't structure it. I bet you they were like, this is what's happening to every character.
Maybe took the points and tried to fill it out.
Idea. And I think now he's got it stuck in his head. That was the ending. And everybody was like, that is absolutely horrific.
It was so
And then he's
bad.
gone, oh, I can't think of anything else. And I think he's got that mental block because he thought it was a good idea having Bran and all that. And everybody else is like, stupid.
Daenerys, the turn on Daenerys, everything just so bad.
Not having
Jon Snow doesn't end up taking the throne.
Jon Snow is just a nobody back at the wall after all this.
What?
And Arya killing the Night King. Give me
that was ridiculous. The whole bat for years, for years, we were told winter is coming. It's this big buildup. And it was ended in an episode that none of us could see because it was filmed so dark. The friggin' producers came out or whoever it was came out and said afterwards, "Oh, if you couldn't watch it, that's just because your TV's not good enough. You should get a new TV and change the set."
They said bright up.
Yeah, they said that.
Gamma,
they actually said something. It was maybe not verbatim, but it was something along the lines of, "Oh, if you couldn't see it because it was too dark, then it was because your TV's not good enough," or something like that. I was like, "Dude, get lost."
But everyone knew the ending was supposed to be. I think we all know what the ending was supposed to be. The ending was supposed to be deal with the war in Westeros first, and the Night King. Unify the 7 or the however many 5 king, whatever it is at this point, I forget. Unify everyone against the Night King. Those that come
and
along.
For the Targaryens to be back on the throne in the form of Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. That was Jon Targaryen, I guess. But sorry if that's a spoiler for anybody.
He got written into a way that he writes he likes to do a tragedy, and he didn't know how to do a tragedy.
I don't know. Whoever had the responsibility of writing you dropped the ball majorly.
I hate to say it because it was such a big fan base, and he didn't do it. You needed a fairy tale happy ending. You did.
Well, I also
everybody
think
in their place, but it really
my
did that
ending,
one. Just
copyright to me, everyone. My ending would have been that the Night King is not defeated. But the Night King goes back to the north and the whole cycle starts again. And it's kind of the Battlestar Galactica in my brain, because the story of Battlestar Galactica is a story that actually repeats itself over millennia. And it's really all about, man creates machine takes over, machine destroys man creates another machine takes over, and it goes over and over in the beginning of the TV show.
They could have done it in a different way, not even with the Night King. They thought he was the Night King, but he was a vessel.
Yeah,
he wasn't something else.
There's
and
a
there
real
was something worse over there. Yep, exactly. But it can never be defeated, right?
No. And they're like, that's shit. And that's why then they could have made made the statement, even then gone Jon Snow, who's like whatever, it's gone, no, I need to go back to the wall because we know, but like Bran could have seen the vision after they killed the Night King of this, there's something worse coming.
There's something worse. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was such
look, we've done it right here.
To build up the winter is coming, the Night King for that long. Yeah, seriously. To build it up for that long and to have it be that much of just, I can't think of a better term than just a wet fart kind of reveal of all of it. I mean, good Lord, it was so bad.
But I always laugh at this. I always say there's two things. I've never met anybody face to face that likes The Last Jedi or the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, fair enough. You see them online, but never really see them
face to face.
Yeah, it just and because of the way it ended, it left me so uninterested in a prequel. Both sets of these prequels, Night of the Seven Kingdoms and House of Dragons.
You know what?
But I will say, when you watch both of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms really doesn't deal much with any of the happenings of Game of Thrones, but House of the Dragon, as much as it's actually really interesting because it's just about the Targaryen Civil War. He's phenomenal. I think a lot of the actors and actresses are actually really good in it. But the fact that it's a prequel, it does really separate itself from the Game of Thrones we watched. It really is strictly about this Targaryen Civil War, which I do think helps it stand on its own and it doesn't make you feel like I can't watch this because I know how it ends in the Game of Thrones show. Like it doesn't, it's really not much related at all. So it's a very entertaining solo story in and of itself. But when it references Song of Ice and Fire, those are the moments where I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care because
But
I know what happens, and
that's the thing
that
is
part stinks.
We got a TV episode of like that does it like channel that does it on like kind of repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually like you flip over, you're like, oh my god, this episode's great, like season 3 episode whatever, and you're like, oh my god, this is great. And then you get in your head,
so much of it is phenomenal.
Shall I rewatch it from the start? And then you go,
you just think of the ending
because
you think
you
of how
get to that point, and then where's the point? You go,
where do I jump off?
Because it gets crap. And that's
where do I jump off so that my rewatching isn't a bad time investment? Because it's a big time investment to rewatch as well.
Because they always had those cliffhangers. They done it like D&D right is you have to watch the next episode, and that's what made everybody go around the world. Is go, oh my god! Have you seen it? Have you seen it? We need to talk. We need to talk. You've seen it, and like,
but you got to see it first because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
You watched it, and like sometimes you went on the high seas to make sure like you could talk to your American friends, and then but when you got that HBO. Like, yes, here we go. I got it. Yes.
It's so funny you say that because even with House of the Dragon, because Night of the Seventh Kingdom does a different theme, I believe.
Yeah.
But House of the Dragon keeps the same Game of Thrones theme, and it's so funny you say that, Stasis, because whenever that crackling in the HBO and then this music starts, it's like it brings me back to those times, and it's like, oh my god, the show was so flipping amazing, and
you had to watch it. You stayed up, you watched it, you made sure that you can go to your mates and go.
You didn't want to be the one Monday morning who didn't watch it,
and then you were like, and then you had like these weird. And this is what like great TV shows are. And we've had like older when you can actually have your own next episode. Oh my god, what's going to happen? What blah 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 blah. And there's so many times like like we've had the shockers like like when Jon Snow got killed or like Sean Bean's character
the red wedding.
And
I mean, my
red
word.
wedding and like that. And you got other ones that are Battle of the Bastards where you just went, holy shit! What just happened there?
Joffrey,
that's great writing.
When Joffrey met his demise, that was awesome.
And you just literally, you were like to your mates, you were just like, "Oh my god, I'm excited to tell you what I know you've already seen," because you were going boom, and everybody like it was one of those phenomenons.
Well, that's the best part of being a nerd. That's why we do this stuff.
Yeah, that's it. And like you just get that kind of that moment. You're just like, I love it. I just want to have that you had a series that anybody. And I've had it. People they're like, "Oh, you're not watching Game of Thrones. What are you doing?" I don't like dragons and fantasy. It's not about it. Just
and it's like, dude, put that aside and watch it.
Then the next time you see them, they got the tracksuit and the t-shirt, and the cap. You're like, oh my god, I missed out. And it's just brilliant. It was just like, and then everybody around the world, like from I don't know, like from thousands of miles, everybody watched those series and went, "This is shit. What was that?" One. You knew the characters because you've been invested in things, so you know
years,
kind of how they wrote their personalities, and then they went, "Sod that."
And now everybody's got a new personality.
Like that. We've got this.
Now Daenerys is crazy. Like, okay, like just
Anyway, we could have.
I will say though,
midnight here. So,
if you were scorned by the ending of Game of Thrones, like I was, and you stayed away from it, and you've been stubborn about it, I would say give these shows a try.
Yeah,
because they surprisingly well and accurately kind of recreate those amazing moments that you had in watching the first show, from shock, from awe, to emotional rides, to just like sometimes you get a pit in your stomach, like, oh my, like the Red Wedding, like, oh my god, did they just do that? They capture some of that in these shows, so I recommend
go have a little speak, because the only thing I'm disappointed with the Seven Kingdoms, the short episodes.
Short. Yes, I just want more. I just wanted more. Way too short.
I'll give me more development.
It makes me feel like they didn't have faith in
Dragons. They did short series. They did short series, and I think they really like.
But long enough episodes.
We might have a backlash.
I think they're a bit timid about fully jumping back into this kind of stuff because of the way it ended. Because you're right, it's short seasons. At least the episodes for House of the Dragon are longer. They're about the same runtime, I think, as Game of Thrones was. The length of the episodes in terms of how many episodes and just the runtime on them for Night of the Seven Kingdoms almost makes me feel like they weren't sure about it. They weren't sure if it was going to work or not.
It's going to take,
And it works. It does. Now I just want more. I want to read the novella or whatever it's
But at least they're
that
doing one
story's
thing
from.
right. They're making sure that you don't get it in 2-3 years' time. It's literally it's every year for the next 3 years. So that's a good thing. So that's the only thing that is good, that you you haven't got to wait 2-3 years and go, I forgot. Like, and that's the worst thing is some like these ones you're like, oh, I like that thing. I've got to watch the last 2 seasons because I can't remember what happened. You know, like that. So yeah, it's like you know, like everybody's like the season 2 of The Night Manager. Everybody's like, oh, it's really good, and I'm like, yeah, but I've got to watch. I remember liking season 1 of The Night Manager. I can't remember a single thing about it.
Well, Stranger Things had a very bad issue with that.
Yeah.
People almost always had to rewatch the last, however many seasons, depending on which one was coming out.
Well, where am I going?
People almost always had to keep rewatching the show just to remember what happened because they took years to film in between or release them. But yeah, it's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I can easily say reignited my interest in Game of Thrones as an IP, or however you want to label the IP, the George R.R. Martin world, whatever you want to call it. It's reignited my interest in it, and I got to say I'm happy it did because I've really been enjoying one, watching that, and two, finally giving House of the Dragon a chance.
Yeah, but I will say, like, on about series, I've always been an Outlander fan, and this is the last season. This March month.
I've never watched it. I'll have to give it a try.
I do like it, but the worst thing is they're ending it. They're already they've just gone, we're going to end it, but the books are still being written, and the characters are still in the books, and everybody's like, how is this going to work unless they've kind of gone off the books? But the only good thing is the author is the kind of one of the showrunners. But I'm like, she's always said, no, it's going to be slightly different. And everybody's like, oh, how that's going to work? Because it's more of it got, grand audience because of the novels. But season 1 to 4 is absolutely amazing. Some of them are brutal. And there's a brutal part of some of them, and I know, Sandy, you're not a fan, are you? Because of historical kind of accuracies. But
no, but I'm okay with people who really do like those books because sometimes it does spark an interest in history. It's not my thing, though.
No, it's more it's history and fantasy. I always say, because it's got time travel on it, so I don't mind it because it's got time. Hey, Steve, you're very late.
Hey, Steve, what's going on, man?
Just came in like I'm here, guys.
At the very tail end.
Yeah, we're saying goodnight.
Great to see you, though, as always, Steve.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah. Wait. Anyway, give us a like, guys. While you're here, Steve, give us
while you're here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's it. But anything else? Before we shoot off, we're gonna start watching the Montreal Canadiens beat the Washington Capitals.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And I'm gonna start
a good thing.
reading The Martian so I can reread Project Hail Mary ahead of us planning to go see the film, and we can review that 2 or 3 film clubs from now.
Quick question, and I don't mean to. I know we're almost up against 4 hours here, so just a quick question on that: is Martian related to Project Hail Mary? Those are.
No, they're not. It's not. The stories aren't related. It's just the same writer, and I love his style.
Okay,
He's also has a 3rd book called Artemis. And just on now we're going on another quick tangent. So one of the YouTube channels I really like to watch just to chill out is it's called 4 Keys Books, and it's a gentleman who does bookbinding, custom bookbinding, and he did an in-depth series about how he rebound an old copy of Dune, and he made this beautiful leather cover. Andy Weir, the writer of The Martian, Project Hail Mary, and Artemis, saw this video and asked Dennis, who's the guy who does the bookbinding, to make a custom binding of all 3. And so cool. He's taking everyone through, and he was floored that Andy Weir would reach out to him. And he's starting to work on those, and he takes through all the intricacies. That's something I would love to do, is to try bookbinding. It takes a lot of equipment, though, and I don't have room for it. But anyway, so yeah, it made me remember, hey, I want to reread all of them before seeing the film. So hope I'm not getting my expectations too high. But as far as the books, books are fantastic. So I
Cool.
hope this film does Project Hail Mary justice for sure.
Jolly good. Yeah, I'm definitely one I want to watch at cinema. Actually,
Yes.
I'm in an argument with Jade at the moment. I really want to watch the Mortal Kombat movie in the cinema.
Oh, I'm 100% watching that.
I want to watch it.
The
It
first
looks
movie
cheesy,
wasn't
it looks
good, but it was
corny.
fun.
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm the
should.
same way. You should. I'm gonna for sure. I'm probably gonna review
Yeah,
it.
like,
I,
get over here.
I like the
Yes.
first one. It's not a good movie,
Yeah,
but it's
not
fun.
great.
You see the characters you like. They do the moves you
Yeah.
like to see from the game, and that's it. That's all I'm expecting from Mortal Kombat. I'm not
That's it.
expecting an Oscar winner.
No, I'm like, yes, best movie of the year. I'm like expecting to go, that was terribly great. That was
Yeah,
it. So
that's all.
what I think.
I will say, I don't know if because Johnny Cage is being played by Carl Urban, and I love Carl Urban. He's phenomenal. Doesn't quite. I wish they just gave him blonde hair in it, just to look more like Johnny.
yeah,
I wish they
I
just
can
made
live
that
with
one.
that.
That's the one change I just wish they
The
made.
thing
'Cause
is,
I love him.
didn't like
I
the
love that he
character,
has the
like,
role.
I never liked playing with the character. Like,
Oh, I
fighting with
like
that
Johnny
character,
Cage. I
so,
did.
Yeah,
I liked his whole
okay,
cocky
there you go.
attitude, the whole thing. I
Yeah.
was a fan, and I liked his moveset, so I always liked Johnny Cage. But I do wish that they just gave him blonde hair. I don't know why they didn't do that, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I like Carl Urban, so I'll take him in
I
any
love
role. That's
Carl
fine.
Urban.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
He can be anybody, and I'll watch the movie or the show.
There we go. Anyway, after we're getting to nearly to 4
Yeah,
hours.
before we
nearly
do
to 4
another
hours,
tangent.
I'm gonna
Yes.
again things like that. But everybody, thank you all. Steve coming in late. Thank you very much. Daryl all being here. Everybody, thank you very much. We're back. We're back. And remember, Sandy, what does MASH stand for?
Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, primarily in the Korean War.
There we go. That's your homework for next week. And then we have a surprise. Jay has his own homework to tell us what is going to happen.
Oh,
there
that's
we go.
gonna be
So
fun.
I'm kind of, mystery.
That's a
They're
mystery
always
to me
really
right
like,
now.
Oh, what?
James,
But-
I think Pete is streaming. If you are thinking of
Nope. I actually looked. I couldn't see anybody
redirecting,
to do.
I
Let's
just got the
actually
note
then.
from the heretical nerd, unless my notification is late.
Let me
I
check on
keep
my
on
end.
getting people who aren't streaming. They keep on saying it is streaming, but they're not streaming.
No, maybe he's done.
Yeah, I don't think I see Pete on at the moment. Oh no, he is the heretical nerd. I see
Is
him.
he?
Usually the people who are live kind of get pushed up on my feed. Lately, that hasn't been happening.
No,
So
me
I
either.
have
They've
to
been
like go
pushed down.
search them in
Yeah.
all my subs.
Can
Interesting.
you send us the link? It's not coming up on my stream.
Yep.
Yes, give me 1 second here.
Oh, you got it.
Sandy, you might actually do it quicker than I do.
Private. There you go, guys. What's he playing? It's not coming up at all.
He
That's
is
really weird.
playing some Warhammer Darktide.
Warhammer.
Oh, and Space Marine too. So 2 good ones.
No, it keeps on telling me people that have already streamed, and it's like it's saying they're
I'm putting
not
it in
live.
the private.
And it's been doing it on my phone too. Like usually on if you
Yeah,
use it on
it's
your
really
phone, you
weird.
see the little circles of everybody's channel, and it'll tell you if they're live. You have to sometimes like I'll get the notification that Mr. Porkchop's live or Tomby or somebody's live, and usually they get pushed to like the front of that list, so you see them. Lately, I've had to like scroll through all those circles to find the people. I don't know if they're doing some things over at YouTube, but doing weird stuff.
Yeah, because it's saying me like there's 2 people are live and they're not live.
I've
sent you
missed
the
a
link.
lot of people's
There
streams
you go.
because
No,
of that
if
recently.
I put in the heretical, it's coming up. That's very bizarre. Very bizarre. Anyway, he's playing Warhammer 40,000.
40K is always the
40K,
easiest
whatever.
way.
Dark Tide and Space Marines 2. There you go. So everybody, give him a little bit of a canary rate, and we'll see you next week for a little bit of MASH. For now, have a great one. Steve, thank you. You're late. But goodbye.